It's Saturday night. It's Halloween. Get ready for SEC football. Tennessee's season has been more trick than treat. Josh Dobbs and Jalen Hurd look to end that trend tonight in Lexington. Mark Stoops hopes the Wildcats can lower the boom on their current streak against the Vols and get a much-needed win. It's Halloween night. Tennessee, Kentucky. It's SEC prime time. You are looking live at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. It's Halloween. The ghosts and the goblins are out in full force. Even Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks are into the spirit of this special night. Tim Tebow, a scary sight at a Kentucky fraternity party. And Tennessee and Kentucky hope to wear the masks of winners when our battle is completed. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. Jesse Palmer with me. I'm Brent Musburger. Maria Taylor down below. You know, I think this is a season-defining game for both these teams. Here's why. Tennessee has lost 3 or 4. They've been a rugged company. Kentucky's lost 2 in a row. These two teams are desperate tonight, Jesse.
And I agree. And Tennessee's a 4-loss team, but I think they're a very good team. They're the best 4-loss team in the country, and that's not going to make Tennessee Vol fans feel any better about it. But they're a handful of plays away from being 7-0 and the #1 team in the nation. They've played the toughest schedule in the SEC to date. They haven't been able to close out some games late, but I still think they're a confident bunch. They look at the rest of their schedule. They feel like they can win 5 in a row, finish the year 8-4. It starts tonight. Against the Kentucky team, that's also reeling. They've lost 2 SEC games in a row. They've got to play better on defense tonight. They have not done a good job all year getting pressure on the opposing quarterback. Their defensive secondary hasn't tackled well. They're not getting enough takeaways. They're coming off their worst game of the year against Mississippi State. They need to play well tonight against an outstanding quarterback in Joshua Dobbs.
They pour onto the field here. I spot some orange and some 50-yard line seats. There's a lot of volunteer fans on hand here tonight. Jesse, you mentioned problem #1 for the Kentucky defense. Joshua Dobbs. Dak Preston had 6 total touchdowns. What's Dobbs going to do?
Well, I'll tell you what. He's every defensive coordinator's nightmare because he is the ultimate dual-threat quarterback. Joshua Dobbs can hurt you throwing the football and running it. As a passer, he has an absolute rocket for an arm. He's made good decisions all season long, only thrown 2 interceptions, but he's really special, I think, as a runner. He's got the speed to pull away and hit the home run. He runs hard and strong. He's a difficult guy to tackle, and I would expect him to carry the football a lot tonight against this Kentucky defense.
So the Tennessee Volunteers, and you know, for you folks who are watching away from here, a long way away, this is a big-time border war that has been dominated by these Volunteers and their new program being put together by Butch Jones, who's down below with Maria Taylor. Maria?
Coach, no one in this league has dealt with more close losses than you. Your 3 conference losses by 10 points. Where's the mentality of this team going into the Kentucky matchup?
Well, competitive character. We're excited to play. We understand every game is important. We've had a good week of practice. We're going to be challenged by a good football team tonight, but these kids have shown it all year long.
Before the season, you circled the Kentucky game. What made you believe, before this year even began, that this was going to be a game that was critical for your team?
Well, we knew that this game would be very important to both teams going on the road in the SEC and kind of where it fell in the schedule as well.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
And I also had a chance to catch up with Joshua Dobbs, the quarterback for Tennessee, and he told me that after the Alabama game, the team came back together and said that they were not going to speak of that 19-14 loss to the Tide, and their focus is completely forward. The consensus on this team is that their goal is to get W's all the way through the rest of the season. The only way that they can do that is if they forget what has happened to them in the past, look forward, and especially starting with this Kentucky matchup, guys.
All right, Maria, huge day and night here in Lexington, Kentucky. The call to the post, the Breeders' Cup Classic, just a few miles away from here. And on the big screen outside the football stadium, everybody cheering American Pharoah, the Triple Crown winner, completing a dream year by winning the Breeders' Cup Classic at Keeneland, the first Grand Slam winner in horse racing history. Mark Stoops was paying attention. He had an eye on American Pharoah. He liked him all the way in this race. And what a great event, the Breeders' Cup races over nearby Keeneland. So here we go tonight. Mark Stoops, 2-3 this season. That's against the SEC opponents, obviously looking for 6 victories to take Kentucky back to a bowl game. Now Tennessee won the toss. They have deferred, and so the Wildcats will have the ball first with quarterback Patrick Towles right there. He'll be at the controls. J.D. Harmon and Sheem King go back deep. Ball on the tee for Aaron Medley. And we begin. King. Tackled hard. And now Patrick Towles, Jesse, brings the offense out.
And he's got a lot of tools that you just can't coach. He's 6'5", 240 pounds, has a very good arm. He's also extremely mobile for a big quarterback. And he's facing a Tennessee defense tonight that likes to play a lot of man-to-man coverage. So I think Patrick Towles has a chance to have a big night statistically, both throwing the football and running it as well.
Boom Williams opens as the Wildcat running back. Going to bring the reverse on the first play with Garrett Johnson. And Tennessee not fooled on that play, Jesse. They jumped it. And as we take a look at Garrett Johnson, who you just saw on that end around from Winter Garden, Florida. Conrad, the H-back, is off to the quarterback's right. And Towles' first pass. Want to check it down to Boom Williams. Great pursuit by Kirkland, a freshman from Indianapolis, for this volunteer defense. And there is a youngster to keep an eye on, folks. Jalen Reeves-Maybin. He has been a tackling machine. 67 tackles on the season for the Volunteers. So here comes your first third down for Kentucky.
This is a defense, Brent, that doesn't like to get overly aggressive on first and second down. On third down is when they most oftentimes show some of their most exotic looks and pressures.
Four-man rush. He will not get the first down. It's 3 and out. Derek Barnett, along with Kirkland again, making the stop.
I think you've seen the speed of Tennessee's defense on this first drive. Kentucky tried the reverse with Garrett Johnson. It was snuffed out. They then threw a ball in the flat. Too much speed from Tennessee in the second level. And right there, a good job in coverage, keeping Patrick Towles corralled and able to make the stop. Good 3 and out to start the game.
Landon Foster is the Kentucky punter. Defensive back Cameron Sutton awaits the first punt of this game. It took a Kentucky bounce before it went out of bounds, and it looks like Dobbs and the offense will have it at the 34-yard line, and here is the young man.
Joshua Dobbs, an extremely bright guy. He's an aerospace engineering major. He can hurt you with his brain, and as I told you in the open, can also hurt you with his arm and especially his legs. I think the magic number tonight, Brent, for Joshua Dobbs running it is somewhere between 12 and 15 carries to put stress on this Kentucky D.
The key offensive weapon, Jalen Hurd alongside. Get fumble, and Dobbs saves it by jumping on it.
Jalen Hurd just couldn't secure this handoff. This is just very, very easy. Dobbs just puts the football right into the numbers of Jalen Hurd and just couldn't secure that.
His first pass is complete out of the right flat to Josh Smith. Cody Quinn defending that play.
So here's a big down and distance now for Kentucky defensively. Have not had a good pass rush all year long. Only 12 sacks on the entire season. They need somebody to step up and get pressure on Joshua Dobbs.
Here's a story. McWilson and Edwards are the safeties. A.J. Stamps is not back at safety here to start this game. Complete for a first down to midfield with Cody Quinn defending on that play, but not before Josh Malone picked up the first down.
It was a nice route by Josh Malone in man-to-man coverage. Kentucky decided to blitz. That left him on an island one-on-one with Cody Quinn. It was a good throw with anticipation. Tennessee able to move the chains.
Now Stamps does check in at safety. He's the free safety now for the Kentucky defense. First down and 10. They come back with Hurd, and he is beautifully cut off by Josh Morris, number 45, a speedy linebacker.
On the tackle, Josh Morris and Marcus McWilson.
So Mike Edwards, the freshman from Cincinnati, who is showing up very well. He started here tonight. Stamps is now alongside him. And this is second down and long. Dobbs, middle, complete. And another first down to the 34-yard line with Von Pearson, the receiver.
Nice little play action. Really good job by the offensive line, giving Joshua Dobbs time to get through his progression. First receiver not open, comes all the way back around to Von Pearson in the slot running the crossing route.
Hurd cuts back the other way. Battles for a tough yard on this play. So Jalen Hurd, he'll be the workhorse for this offense. He's from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And Alvin Kamara now checks in. He will also rotate in. And he's the running back alongside Dodds. Play action. And well defended that time by McWilson, the junior from Youngstown, Ohio.
So head coach Mark Stoops and defensive coordinator DJ Elliott like to dial up pressure from all over the yard. That time they brought Marcus McWilson off the slot to get home. We're going to see him right here, number 15. No one picks him up. Just too much speed into the backfield. Nice athletic play. Here we go again. Third and long. Someone up front for Kentucky has to win a one-on-one.
Must reach the 24-yard line. Change up by the quarterback. Gets time, wobbly, and complete. And that'll be fourth down.
Well, like on their last third down, they try to hit a curl route to the outside of the field. This time in the one-on-one matchup, it was wide receiver Jonathan Johnson working on the deep curl against Quinn. Ball kind of came out funny, had a hard time adjusting to it.
They're going on 4th and 8.
There they are.
The ball is at the 33-yard line. 4th down and 8 for the Volunteers. Must reach the 24-yard line for a first down. 4 receivers. Dobbs in trouble, but he's got footwork and fires it. Complete for the first down. Tight end Ethan Wolf. Jesse, you talked about his footwork.
Yeah, he's just very good at having soft focus around him and a hard focus downfield. Check out this again. Make sure that Wolf made the catch. Looks like he sure did. But Dobbs' ability to feel the pressure, step up, and keep his focus downfield allowed for that completion to happen.
Remember that. 4th down and 8 on that drive. End around, spinning Pearson, and he loses a yard.
Brent, you mentioned Mike Edwards, the freshman at safety. He's getting an opportunity to play tonight because he's showing he can make plays. On the reverse, he's going to come down and meet this in the backfield. It's really good recognition. He doesn't make the tackle, but he slowed Pearson down and allowed Cody Quinn to come up and clean up the mess.
Second down, and here's Hurd. And he's to the 15-yard line. Gets just beyond the original line of scrimmage before Corey Johnson brings him down.
So certainly one thing Kentucky's telling themselves on defense now, and another critical third down, keep Joshua Dobbs inside the pocket. Got to have great
got an injured player, so the officials stopped it. It's a Tennessee player who is down.
It's Jashawn Robertson, the starting guard for this Tennessee unit. And Brent, it's an offensive line that has already been decimated by injuries. They've already lost 2 starters for the entire season. They lost a backup for the year. Here he is, number 75. He's here on the left side of the screen, and just all of the action, like it often happens when you see linemen get hurt, just kind of roll up into behind his legs.
You take a look at that list, Jesse, and it's a long one with key injuries that the Volunteers have suffered.
And it's not just guys, but it's dudes. It's some of their best players. Kurt Magid at the top of the screen. He's an emotional leader on defense. We talked about some of the offensive linemen that are out. Shai Tuttle is a promising defensive tackle. Jason Kroom, an outstanding wide receiver. Not easy to replace.
Third down and 9. Ball's lost, loose, picked up by Kentucky. A live ball, picked up by Johnson. Johnson in a foot race. One man to beat. Touchdown, no flags, no flags. Corey Johnson from Columbia, South Carolina, a 300-pounder, took the turnover the other way. Who had him as the first to score?
What a pressure dialed up from defensive coordinator DJ Elliott. It was Marcus McWilson coming off the edge from the slot that was able to get the strip. And Corey Johnson, the JUCO transfer, who's had himself an outstanding year at defensive tackle, Johnny on the spot. We call those country fumbles. There's nobody around them, so you can pick it up, scoop, score. There's the turnover. There's the pressure on a quarterback that this Kentucky defense so desperately needed.
Austin McGinnis nails the extra point. So, folks, how about this? Tennessee driving, threatening, ball knocked free. A 300-pounder, Corey Johnson, picks it up and goes 82 yards for the game's first touchdown. Look out, American Pharoah. We got another man on the move here in Lexington.
What could be more rewarding than working on your car? Actually getting credit for it. With AutoZone Rewards, spend $20 5 times and get a $20 reward. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there. Sign up in-store or online.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yup.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Did anybody catch that play? No. Okay, we're going to act like we're debating about it. You two do the bouncy football thing. You rub your head like it's a real tough call. No, that looks like you're having a migraine. I'm going to break the huddle confidently.
Mike's on! First down!
Save big with State Farm.
I play my heart out, and this is the big break I've been looking for.
My family's been shopping at Belk my whole life.
Now they're helping us launch our music career with the Southern Musician Showcase.
It's fashion, it's music. I feel like an edgy Southern belle.
We as Southerners have a sense of pride about our music.
We want to give our absolute best.
Music is the heart of the South, and Belk gets it.
Belk salutes the winners of the Southern Musician Showcase. Hear more music, see more styles, and learn their stories at belk.com/music.
Halloween night. Oh, yes, the pumpkins have been carved. Trick-or-treaters are home, and this was scary for Tennessee.
DJ Elliott bringing Josh Forrest. He's bringing Mike Edwards here, but the guy you got to watch, Marcus McWilson, coming off the edge. 7 guys in a blitz, and that's just too many for Tennessee to pick up. And C.J. Johnson, a defensive tackle, says trick or treat, scoop, score, and there's Marcus McWilson, 15, leading the convoy.
Well, I think message delivered by Mark Stoops and the defensive assistants to the safeties. They were very, very unhappy with their performance in Starkville, Mississippi last week. And this kickoff will be a touchback. They keep it away from Evan Berry. And Berry has taken a couple of touchdowns to the house this season. And so now we will see what Joshua Dobbs can do. I think he realizes that they're coming from every direction with this defense.
No, you're right, Brent. And when that's happening, you need to know that you've got to have a plan in the pocket. You're not going to have all day to throw, especially when you start getting blitzed exotically like we just saw in that last play. So understand where your check down is. Understand where your get-out-of-jail-free card is, because you're going to need it. Kentucky is not going to let Joshua Dobbs sit back and pick him apart.
Kamara will be the running back. He'll get the call on the left side. Battles his way to the 30-yard line where it'll be marked on first down. And that was J.D. Harmon, defensive back, up to hit him. I'll tell you, these defensive backs are truly hitting tonight for Kentucky. Dobbs throws it deep and incomplete, and now it will be third down. He had Malone working deep, and he was covered by Beatty, a freshman from Tampa, Florida.
So another third down and what looks like a passing situation for Tennessee. And the guy that I think Kentucky might try to attack is number 76, Chance Hall. He's a true freshman that was forced into the lineup when they had some of those injuries we told you about. Young guy that has to set the edge by himself. And right now, Jason Hatcher, the best pass rusher from Kentucky, lined up on it.
Jalen Hurd, a good receiver, checks back into the game. Motion man is Pearson. Good blitz pickup by Hurd, and he fires it to Malone. Beatty again on the defense on that, but not before Malone picked up a first down.
That was a bang-bang play. It was a nice job of Malone getting to the sticks, and an even better job of Dobbs anticipating the throw, accurately putting it right on his number so they could get that first down.
Dobbs keeps it on the read option. Got the left edge and got across midfield.
And this is what Tennessee has to do. Their offense is so much more dangerous when Joshua Dobbs is carrying it on designed runs. They're going to get a guard and pull him outside to get an extra blocker. Off the fake handoff to Hurd. There he goes. And he's got tremendous speed. And at 6'3", 207 pounds, he runs hard. He's a difficult guy to bring down.
24 yards to the 40-yard line. And back they come with Hurd. And he's stoned after a yard. Big Matt Elam.
That's a key guy we got to watch, Brent. He's replacing Melvin Lewis, who they lost for the rest of the year with a fractured leg, and he's now taking over at the nose guard spot. He's 6'7", 360 pounds. He's just right in the middle. He needs to be a space eater. Eating up blocks, playing down the line of scrimmage, makes the play.
Kamara checks back in as the running back. Used as a blocker. It is incomplete. We're back to another third down. Alex Ellis was the intended target. This would be about the 5th third down of this game for the Volunteers here in the early going. Remember, they converted on a 4th down on their opening drive before that fumble, which resulted in a Kentucky touchdown. Need to reach the 30-yard line. Pocket holes, fire incomplete. Here is a 4th down coming up.
I think if you're Butch Jones, I think you go for it right here on 4th down. I don't know. You're kind of in that no man's land. You've got a kicker who's had some issues with long field goals. He missed 2.
Here's the punter, Jess.
Yeah.
Trevor Daniel comes in. They're going to try to play a little field position here. Try to get this one down inside that 20-yard line if they can. Ryan Timmons is back standing on the Wildcat 10. Hangs it high. Fair catch the signal. Fair catch made at the 10-yard line. Very good punt. Butch goes for field position and comes away. Now it will be Tolles. We'll get to see him coming on with a 7-point lead.
Dear fashionistas, athletes, ballerinas, and first responders, we're honored that our fibers have your backs and arms and legs and heels and toes. We are Coke.
I'm your tailgate grill. Your buddy was in such a rush to get into the game, he didn't quite put me out. I see you bought the industrial-sized bottle of lighter fluid. Smart. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get an Allstate agent and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
At first, I thought I was just seeing things, but no, it's out there. Something is definitely out there. Whatever it is, it's big. At one point, I swear, we got so close I could smell it. But then, poof, it was gone.
Right.
It exists. The new Honda Pioneer 1000 with a best-in-class engine and 6-speed fully automatic dual-clutch transmission. Pioneer 1000 from Honda.
From the roof over your head to the pillow beneath, families worldwide rely on the daily essentials we help make. We're just happy to help you make yourself at home. We are Coke.
Take the roar out of snore. Yet another innovation only at a Sleep Number store.
SEC Network Primetime Football is brought to you by the new Pioneer 1000 side-by-side from Honda. It's real, it's big, it's here.
The Breeders' Cup Championships over 2 days at Keeneland, and there is the star of stars, American Pharoah, his last race. And the fans here watching on the big screen, American Pharoah went wire to wire. One of the most dominating horses in the history of American thoroughbred racing. Finishes at Keeneland Park, will be retired to stud now. Here is Patrick Tolles, 1st down and 10. Wildcats are up. Boone Williams made the most of that run. Looked like he was cut off.
Yeah, it's an aggressive defense, Brent, from Tennessee. They like to crowd the line of scrimmage. They get a lot of bodies close to try and outnumber you in the running game, and then they leave DBs one-on-one and man coverage on the outside, trying to disrupt your timing in the passing game. So Kentucky's going to have one-on-one matchups, especially on the perimeter, that Patrick Tolles and these receivers need to take advantage of.
Little swing pass, basically a running play, and the Volunteers eat it up. This will be a 3rd down from the 16-yard line. Dorian Baker was Tolles' target on that play.
And the guy that Patrick Tolles has loved on 3rd down all year has been wide receiver Garrett Juice Johnson, number 9. A little bit of a shoulder injury last week against Mississippi State that he had to fight through, but he works in the slot, and one-on-one right now against Malik Foreman, the nickelback, number 13. Right down in here. This is a key matchup to watch in this game.
3rd and 4.
They don't get it. They're being here. They don't get it.
Incomplete. Good defense by Cameron Sutton from Jonesboro, Georgia.
It's a good play defensively here by Cam Sutton. I think the place that Patrick Towles has struggled most throwing this year, in breaking routes coming from the left-hand side. Badet on the slant. You see the throw? It's behind the receiver, Brent. If he puts this out in front, Badet has an opportunity to make that catch and convert the third down. It's a great play by Cam Sutton. That could have been a better throw. It needs to be a better throw by Patrick Towles.
The punt return man has been changed, and Kamara, the running back, will receive this one. And he wants to return it from the 41-yard line. Still moving and crosses midfield. Gets to the 44-yard line, and Kamara gives Tennessee decent field position when you come back to Lexington. Cats lead it by 7.
Every single person has their own thing.
Every one of us is unique.
There is no one right way to be.
Be strong. Be kind.
Be daring.
Be awesome.
Be unafraid to be exactly who you are.
You gotta wear it. You gotta own it.
It's time to be an example.
And together, we can stop bullying.
Be amazing.
Be a friend.
Be inspired.
Choose kindness. To learn how you can do something, visit dosomething.org. Choose kindness.
I am a cyclist. Soy un ciclista.
I am a cyclist. Victoria.
I train for it. I sacrifice for it. While they play, I train.
I conquer roads others can't.
You're driven to be the best, so you should train on the best. The 2014 Proform TDF, the official training bike of the Tour de France. It's the ultimate cyclist's training experience. With iFit and Google Maps, you'll ride the Tour. Choose any stage of the Tour or nearly every road on Earth and dig in. You'll see, feel, and ride the Tour. Climb like never before. Courchevel, Galibier, even Alpe d'Huez. Only the TDF gives you a 20% incline and decline. See it all right in front of you on our 7-inch color touchscreen. And train with power with our advanced power meter. With a TDF, you can ride almost every road on the planet. You can get the TDF with 0 down. Get yours today. Train better tomorrow.
I am a cyclist, and this is where I train.
There have been some good ones, like Heath Schuler at quarterback. That was back in the early 90s. Of course, he moved on to the United States Congress. And then how about this one, huh? Hall of Famer all the way, Peyton Manning, 94 to 97. T. Martin, he won the first BCS championship. He beat Florida State out in the desert. Sometimes overlooked is this young man, Casey Clausen. So the Tennessee Volunteers have had a history of good quarterbacks, and Maria, they've got another good one here.
Yeah, and Dobbs told me that this year he feels more confident with the ball in his hands to make game-defining plays, whereas a season ago, maybe he didn't want the ball, but now he's actually stepping up to the plate, very confident in his abilities, and wants to be the guy to make the play when it matters most to Tennessee.
And he's on the sideline for the Wildcat, it looks like. To start this play.
That's Jawan Jennings, Brent. He was a guy that came in, he plays wide receiver. He came in as a quarterback in the spring until they moved him to receiver this fall.
Kept it. Wildcats win that one. Denzel Ware. Like Corey Johnson. He had a heck of a score in a game we did earlier. So much
penetration coming off the right side of the screen. Look at Courtney Miggins right here, 94. There's Denzel Ware. Both defenders just slant right into the backfield of Tennessee.
So that didn't work. So now we'll go back to our quarterback. Here's Dobbs, play action. Kamara on the slant, and that's complete to the 35-yard line, just short of the first down. Is Jennings.
This is a nice run
Murfreesboro
pass option, Brent, where they're using the play fake to try and freeze Josh Forrest right here. This fake gets him to freeze that way. Here comes the slant in behind it. It's a nice job execution on offense.
Jalen Hurd is in on the running back. They need a yard on this third down. Dobbs keeps it himself for the first down. Moves up behind Coleman, Thomas, Jack Jones, and Wiesman.
It's probably the first time tonight I think we've had a third and short situation for Tennessee. It seems like most of this first quarter they've had to try to convert third and longs, but a nice job getting big yardage on second down. making that third down so much more manageable.
Coming right back with that running game with Hurd now the ball carrier. And Denzel Ware makes another stop. So it looks like the Tennessee coaches just have decided to go to a little power football here behind the middle of that line.
Well, they should. I think Jalen Hurd's a good idea. At 6'4", 240 pounds, physical runner.
Keeping it, Dobbs, first down, 15, retains his balance, goes for the end zone, touchdown, Tennessee. What a wonderful run by Joshua Dobbs. In danger of going out of bounds, retained his balance, and Jesse made it 28 yards for the score.
And they ran this play earlier. They got the play fake going this way, but pulling the guard backside. There's the speed you see of Dobbs to get outside Ware. We talked about him being hard to tackle. A.J. Stamps just figured that out the hard way. Now watch his feet and balance. If he was able to stay up, stay in bounds. Looks like he sure was. Great cut at the end. What an effort by Dobbs.
Well, his balance when he was hit on that was something. And now Aaron Medley for the tie, and we start anew here in Lexington. That was just a wonderful touchdown run by Joshua Dobbs. It was his 6th touchdown rushing of the season. He now has rushed for over 400 yards this year for the Volunteers. Terrific run by the junior.
I thought you said you were going to test drive this Buick first.
I am test driving it for 24 hours.
Nice Buick. I guess the test drive last night went well.
Actually, I'm still on it.
You know we're test driving this Buick for 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So what are you doing?
Test washing it.
Oh, okay. Well, let me know when you're done. I'm going to take it test shopping.
The Buick 24 Hours of Happiness Test Drive on your terms and schedule. Current lessees, switch to Buick and get a low mileage lease on this Buick Enclave for around $341 a month.
As of this moment, you are a man without a country and without rights. I understand you've been looking for clues as to your past life.
Oh my God.
Please.
Stay away from me.
Have you ever considered that you might not like what you find?
Bastards!
Ramada Worldwide. Book on Ramada.com and save 20% when you stay 2 or more nights, plus earn 200 Wyndham Rewards bonus points.
And how is your Halloween going tonight? Yes, we have a few here in costume this evening. There's Coach Jones, the boss of the Volunteers. Got his game face on now. His team back in the tie. Their defense has done a great job against Kentucky. 2 3-and-outs so far for the Wildcats. And here comes King on the return. Spinning move out to about the 20-yard line where it will be 1st and 10. Untangle some of the bodies down there on the return. A bit of a wrestling match going on down below. And a reminder that you don't have to miss any of the football action while you're on the go. Stream any game live like I did Texas A&M's win over Auburn today. Download the Watch ESPN app or go to Watch ESPN. TennessaeFootball.com. First down and 10. So Tolles and the Wildcats searching for their first down of this game. 2 3-and-outs. So we've got an injured player over here on the sideline. And 2 running backs split out for the Wildcats. Horton and Williams. They go 5 wide across here. Tolles comes to the middle, incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Crowd wanted a flag, didn't get it. Johnson well defended by Randolph.
But it's a play that Juice Johnson has to make, Brent. We talked about these receivers are going to have opportunities in one-on-one coverage to make plays. Juice Johnson, who does all of his work over the middle of the field, that's a drop. They had 4 drops in their last game at Mississippi State. They got to help Patrick Tolles out.
Tolles tries to keep it himself, and he's hit for a loss. Corey Vereen, who played a terrific game against Alabama, in effect really surprised the Volunteer faithful with his performance. He comes through with a big stop.
And so now here's something interesting Kentucky likes to do. They mass substitute their offensive line every 3 series. So right now, they've got their 2 backup guards and their backup right tackle in the game against this Tennessee pass rush on 3rd and long. And look at the blitz look from the Vols.
The Vols rush 3. Don't get to Tolles, and there's a penalty flag on this play. The result of the play would be a first down, but the referee threw the penalty flag. And it's Johnson, the receiver. Now the hat goes in the air.
We've got some extracurricular activity on the field here, Brent.
Boom, Williams, and Barnett, it looks like, got it on. Boom is still chipping his teeth. We'll let this crew sort this out. Brad Rogers, our referee.
It all started with Owen Williams, their nose tackle, kind of got into it with Kentucky center John Toth way after the play was over, and I think that's what they're discussing. I think it was holding on the right tackle, George Asafo-Adjei, which was the original penalty called, but you see the coaching now. They're talking over there to Williams. Interesting to see what happens here.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Personal foul, illegal use of hands to the face, defense, or offense number 64. That'll be a hack the distance to the goal foul. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 58 of Tennessee. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
Butch is not happy about this.
Let's go back and take a look at the fouls. Here's the first one right here, the hands to the face on Asafo-Adjei. He's working against Barnett. You can see he clearly knocks the face mask up. Then watch right in here. This is where the unsportsmanlike conduct happens. It's a little bit late. Looks like Williams kind of got up and then he kind of pushed Toth. Kind of gave him a shot there in the neck. Whether that was acting or not by Toth, who knows? But it was right in front of the referee. They make the call, and it's a first down Kentucky.
Boom Williams is the running back. Tolles off a good play fake at 2nd and 10 from the 23-yard line.
Kentucky just not able to get anything going on offense. That time Tolles threw that right into coverage. There's about 3 or 4 Tennessee defenders around this football. And it's Reeves-Maybin, who used to play safety. That ball bounces off his shoulder. That's one that Maybin would like to have back. Tolles lucky that wasn't picked.
Second and 10, and beautifully broken up on that corner by Mosley. Emmanuel Mosley read it and jarred it. It's 3rd and 10, and the Volunteer defense suffocating this Kentucky offense.
And they're winning these one-on-one matchups outside. We talked about them being aggressive and liking to play man coverage. Yeah, the throw's a little bit low, but it's Mosley coming in and knocking it away. Now here again, another big 3rd down, and up top, Barnett That's their all-conference caliber defensive end working against the backup right tackle.
Third and 10. Fires. And Kentucky will punt again.
4 3-and-outs, Brent. Basically, what this is now kind of amounted to, pretty much. You got to help with a penalty.
They got the first down on the penalty.
Yeah.
But that's the only
so
one.
right now, you're right. Tennessee pitching a shutout right now on defense. Patrick Towles in this offense just completely unable to get into any rhythm.
Kamara stays in as the punt return man. And Landon Foster, number 9 from Franklin, Tennessee. Kamara comes over to the sideline, lets it go out of bounds. Let's go to the studio and check in with Dari Nowkhah. Dari?
Hi, Brent. Thank you much. It is an SEC right now. Brought to you by State Farm, Houston, and Vanderbilt. Tough task we knew this would be for Vandy. And a quick start for the Cougars. Greg Ward Jr. to DeMarcus Ayers, 11 yards. It's 17-zip Cougars. Hey, Brent, World Series, scoreless, bottom 1.
Thank you, Dari. Keep us right up to date on everything that's going on, lad.
It's a big day in sports, isn't it? Out there in the World Series, but especially here in Lexington. This Breeders' Cup thing.
That was great.
Everything that you said it would be, Brent, it's been that and more.
Joshua Dobbs waits for the snap. Hurd motions out. He's going to go downfield, however, and overthrew Malone. And it'll be second down and 10.
Second and 10.
Dobbs keeps it again. Breaks free. 45, 50, 45, and he has run out of bounds. Just what a weapon he is. He has such great balance.
If he doesn't carry it 10 to 12 times, then offensive coordinator Mike DeBoer is doing this offense an injustice and a disservice.
I think they're coming back. There's a flag back by the 40-yard line.
Holding offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
Kirbyson, senior left tackle, guilty on that play.
Yeah, he was trying to squeeze.
And that negates a 27-yard gain, so that's a big penalty.
Over here, he's kind of working on Miggins on a block. Watch number 94 in the black jersey. Just kind of gets that tug with the left arm. It's a good call, and it's away from the play, and that's what's going to drive Butch Jones and this Tennessee coaching staff crazy. As you mentioned, Brent, wiping out that big run by Dobbs.
Kamara is the running back. To the flat, and a short gain to the 35-yard line. Just shy of the original line of scrimmage. That's Josh Malone, who's been kind of a go-to target here for Dobbs. 3 catches tonight. Now here comes third and long. Steps up in the pocket, fires high, and complete close to the first down. He may have reached out. They may have to measure this. Von Pearson trying to extend and Beatty trying to deny him, and you can see how close this is.
Yeah, it's a great job by Dobbs, using his eyes, trying to keep safeties in the middle of the field and throwing on time. Great catch by Pearson. I don't know, Brent.
It looks a little short.
Yeah, looking at that again, it looked like he was short of that first down mark.
So the quarter comes to an end. Yeah, much friendlier now. How you doing tonight? How's your
first
family
down,
back
right?
home? We get nice weather here. Deadlocked at 7.
Every game day begins somewhere. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Let's see who can build the strongest college football app. Rocket?
Right, so I built a college football emoji keyboard that helps fans talk to each other during the game.
Strong. Emmett?
Potato skins. You said make an app.
Is that not right? I made pot stickers that look like tiny football helmets.
Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Hey, what do you think that sign says?
Eat more What is Well, it's the start of a word. Something like eat more cheese. Or eat more chili.
Chocolate. Eat more chocolate.
No, it's chowder.
Chimichangas.
Cheesecake.
Chewing gum. It could be chewing gum.
That's not how you spell chicken.
Give your gathering something to gather around. Try catering at Chick-fil-A.
For fast relief from sinus and allergy symptoms without drugs, get Navage.
This time of year, I get so stuffed up, but Navage flushes my sinuses so I can breathe again.
Navage uses gentle suction to remove allergens, germs, and pollutants. It's the only nasal irrigator with suction.
My doctor recommends Navage to breathe better through my nose, and it works. Congestion's gone, and I feel great.
And Navage is so much easier than a neti pot.
To breathe better without drugs and a 30-day risk-free trial, go to Navage.com or call now.
Yes, Halloween night on a Saturday night in Lexington. We start the second quarter in Kentucky and Tennessee, and they did award the Volunteers a first down. They measured, and it was good enough, so Von Pearson did a good job. Dobbs on that throw, that third down throw. So Tennessee opens the second quarter with a 1st and 10. And they bring Hurd on a running play, and he's short of the 50-yard line on that.
His running style, Brent, reminds me a lot of Eddie George. He's abnormally big, 6'4", 240 pounds. We talked about his ability to run hard, but he also has deceptive speed in those long strides. You're going to see in this running game tonight, they try and get him going a lot outside the tackles.
Direct snap, Dobbs fires, incomplete. You know, Jess, you know where we're going to be next week?
Where's that?
We're going to be in College Station for Texas A&M and Auburn. I ended the game already. I said a short time ago that I was watching on my tablet, and of course.
Well, you meant last year's game. You meant last year's game. You can go back a ways on that thing. I was right there with you, partner.
I apologize to all Auburn Tiger fans who might be watching. We will see you next Saturday night in College Station. Kyler Murray, you're going to want to watch him, the new Aggie quarterback. He looked great today against South Carolina. Complete. And Tennessee driving with Wolf, the target at the 40-yard line of the Wildcats. This offense is now starting to hum a little bit.
I think Kentucky probably should have been able to get home. Watch number 45, Forrest. He gets confused. He thought he had to cover the running back, where in reality it was already covered. If he was able to just keep rushing, I think he might have been able to get there to Dobbs.
Where is down, Jesse? Injured on the play for Kentucky.
Yeah, it's actually Farrington Huguenin. It's number 91 for Kentucky down on the field, and that's, you got two guys down. You got Ware, 35, there he is, an outstanding young freshman. Then on the other end, Huguenin, who might be their best all-around defensive lineman, a guy that can play defensive end, defensive tackle. He's good against the run. It's not a guy that they can afford to miss. I'll tell you what, Tennessee's already run 30 plays, Brent, in this game offensively. That's a lot. You got to wonder about the stamina. How many snaps can Kentucky go?
Kentucky's got to get some first downs.
No doubt.
They've had 11 snaps. Jesse, they're averaging less than a yard a play.
Yeah, and obviously the long fumble return for a touchdown obviously helps keep the offense off the field. But, Brent, I absolutely agree with you. The offense has to be able to sustain some drives and give this defense an opportunity to catch their breath, because they can't afford little nick-ups and little injuries like this.
So with two of the big fellas off the field after their injuries, it'll be volunteer ball, 1st and 10 from the Kentucky 40-yard line, and Hurd is back in as the running back. And it's Hatcher is on the field now. He's that stand-up rush man down at the bottom. Dobbs incomplete. Pearson the target.
Seems tonight when Dobbs has been missing, he's been missing high. He's really forcing his wide receivers to make some acrobatic catches. He's got to do a better job of getting the ball down, especially when throwing it over the middle of the field. When you miss over the middle of the field, those are the footballs that get picked. Von Pearson made an incredible catch early on 3rd down. He wasn't able to bring that one in.
Here is Hurd on 2nd down. Good burst to the 34-yard line. He's a good-looking running back, folks. McWilson with the stop.
Seeing so much misdirection from Tennessee in the run game. You're going to see linemen pulling this way and the quarterback faking. But Hurd, meanwhile, is going to take it back the other way. I mean, where do you go if you're Kentucky on defense? So much eye candy from Tennessee and offensive coordinator Mike DeBoer.
Kamara alongside. Dobbs drops a little screen off to Kamara. He slipped a tackle and made a 1st down. He's going to be marked out at the 24-yard line, but it'll be 1st and 10. Kamara with a good burst.
Yeah, Kamara's real benefit to this offense so far has been his ability to make plays in the passing game. He's a big part catching the football on screens to the perimeter where he can use his speed and quickness. You can see he steps out right there. It's a good call. He's a great change of pace option to Jalen Hurd.
And a whistle.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was a catch, and the player stepped out of bounds.
Let's see exactly where he stepped out of bounds on this play. Some of the Tennessee coaches were rather animated over there on that sideline.
First down marker was right around the 30-yard line, and it looked to me when we were watching it live that stepped out around the 25. So you see the 30-yard marker is where the first is. It's not out of bounds there. I think maybe they were wondering if he stepped out maybe a little bit back at around the 28. It was right kind of in that area.
Isn't he down across the
25? Well, he's already passed. He's already passed the first down.
This looks like about the 24, Jess, doesn't it? He's not out of bounds there.
Yeah.
But as he comes across, it's hard to see where that foot actually stepped down. But he had crossed the 25-yard line.
Yeah, no doubt. Check it out again. That's the one that's close right there.
Yeah, I don't think he's out of bounds.
No, I don't either. Right there, he looks like he steps out. That's definitely where he's out. But at that point, you're right. He's already passed. He's right at about the 25-yard line, which is where they had it spotted.
That's exactly where they.
That's where it's spotted.
That's exactly where it's spotted. The first down marker is right on the 24.
No, I think they got it right the first time.
Absolutely.
I expect this to just stay as is. It's a good drive, though, for Tennessee, regardless on offense here. Your defense has been playing lights out.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. The player made the catch and did step out of bounds at the 24. Clock operator, please reset the clock to 13 minutes and 19 seconds. It'll start on my wind. Thank you.
Tennessee, Brent, has done an amazing job in this game on 3rd downs already. They're already 6 of 9 on 3rd down, staying on the field. They've already run 33 plays, and they've had good balance on offense, throwing it and running it.
Huguenin returns, Jess, to the Kentucky defense after his injury. Had the wind knocked out of him, is the report from Maria down below on the field. Here's Hurd. He'll swing left and try to get the edge. Cuts inside. He's short of the 20-yard line. Good tackle that time by Edwards, Mike Edwards.
And that's why he's getting time. That's why they're getting him on the field, because he supports the run at 1,000 miles an hour. Had 7 tackles against Mississippi State, 27 up top. Just watch him. When he sees it, there's no hesitating. Comes downhill, and it's a solid tackle on his 240-pound back.
Fumble!
Corey Johnson, 67 from Kentucky. Already had the fumble recover for a touchdown. This time, quickness off the line of scrimmage, getting penetration, forcing this fumble on Dobbs. Having a big night, lucky to get that back.
But it does force Kentucky's offense into a 3rd and long after another big play by Corey Johnson. Hurd is the running back. Communicating with Dobbs. Now blocking for him. Incomplete. And it goes to 4th down. Let's see if Butch goes for a long field goal. Volunteers missed 3 long ones against Alabama in that terrific game a week ago.
Remember, he also missed that 55-yard game winner against Florida at the start of the year. But this guy has a tremendous leg. Distance is never the issue with Aaron Medley.
Well, he's got a 44-yarder right now. He's approaching his long. So here we go for the first Tennessee lead of the night. Bingo. Put it on the board. 44-yard field goal. Like Toby Keith to be down there, making an appearance, or at least a look-alike.
I thought he was an Oklahoma fan.
He is an Oklahoma fan, but he might be a Stoops fan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
There's another Stoops in Oklahoma. Got him a sideline pass. Meanwhile, Tennessee leads Kentucky. The border war in the SEC.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yep.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. State Farm combined my home and auto, so saved me big. Just wish I double-checked those 80s throwback uniforms, so. One for you. Cannot believe I found your size. Whoop. Look at that, huh? Could have sworn he said the 1880s. You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double-check. Save when you combine your home and auto insurance.
Got some folding to do.
Talk to a State Farm agent today.
Is that wallet bump under your rump hurting your back? Introducing Wonder Wallet, the amazingly flat wallet that's twice as thin as a regular wallet, but holds twice as much. Incredible. Go from bulky and fat to slim and compact. Crafted with genuine leather, Wonder Wallet features 12 clear sleeves to hold up to 24 cards. ID, credit cards, insurance, and more, plus cash. Look how flat. Amazing. Wonder Wallet's patented design lays out cards like a photo album to hold twice as many cards on each side.
I can fill it with all my credit cards, nice and flat, and it fits perfectly in your back pocket.
RFID blocking protects private information. Ordinary wallets can cost over $100, but get Wonder Wallet now for just $19.95 in black, tan, or red. Order right now, and we'll send a second Wonder Wallet in the same color free. Just pay separate processing and handling. Order now.
To order Wonder Wallet for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-714-4883 or order online at getwonderwallet.com.
Halloween in Lexington, you can't beat it. Oh, by the way, there's a World Series going on. Mets and KC are scoreless tonight in the bottom of the second inning. So let's bring up a baseball question, Jess. I think fans, especially our friends in Knoxville, or Aflac, trivia question. Which 2 Tennessee quarterbacks went on to play Major League Baseball? Now, oh man, I can hear some of those Tennessee fans. They got it like it was unbelievable how fast they got that.
Really?
I didn't get the second one. I got the first one.
Is it obvious?
Well, one of them is if you're as old as I am.
Okay, so I'm right there. I'm right there with that. Did good.
Here we go. That'll be a touchback. So the only first down for the Wildcats tonight comes via a penalty. I mean, that's atrocious.
It hasn't been good, Brent. They haven't been able to get the run going. They've got -1 rushing yards as of right now. And in the passing game, they've also just not been in rhythm. They've had tolls, bad decisions, almost had a ball intercepted. He missed a pass on a critical third down to Badette. Juice Johnson dropped one over the middle of the field. They've got to establish some rhythm and consistency on this drive.
And Boom Williams was more concerned about getting the crowd aroused than he is getting himself set and trying to get a first down here. Here's Tolles ready for the snap. And now Boom, show us something. Pretty good first down run by Boom. Randolph with the stop for the Volunteers hitting first.
It's a tremendous job being patient by Boom Williams. He's got a lot of speed and oftentimes likes to bounce it outside. This time he starts going outside, puts the foot in the ground, makes Malik Foreman miss. There is the positive play that this offense needs to kind of get going on track here.
Play action, Tolles rolls left, fires. There is a first down that's not a penalty. Garrett Johnson, and the crowd appreciates that.
And what a throw on the run by Patrick Tolles. You're going to move the pocket, play action, going to his left. And this is on a line over top of a Tennessee defender. Perfect throw.
Now Horton checks in as a running back. He'll be alongside Tolles. Remember on the last first down, they ran the ball to the right with Boom Williams. Fake, fire, complete to Badette. Jeff Badette, number 13 from Orlando. Now a little life with this offense.
Exactly. You're getting some explosive plays here. Nice little play action by Tolles, getting the entire Tennessee defense to move to the left. That opens up a slant throw, and there's the in-breaking route coming from the left that Tolles has struggled with all year. That time, accurate throw, Badette making the catch.
And another injury, Jess. A Tennessee Volunteer player is down. And you see a coach out there with him, seeing how he is right now. One of his defensive guys. We'll check into that injury when looks like he's going to be okay.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yep.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Friday night, buddy, you are gonna need a wingman. And with my cash back, you are money.
Forget him. My airline miles will take your game worldwide.
What I'm really looking for is...
I got 2 words for you. Rewards.
There's got to be better cards than this.
There's a better way with creditcards.com. Compare hundreds of cards from all the major banks to find the one that's right for you. It's simple. Search, compare, and apply at creditcards.com.
First round's on me.
AutoZone matched Jen with a new pair of Duralast wipers to cut through the rain. You call them wipers, she calls them blades. And where there are blades, there are ninjas. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them advisors. The right financial partners to help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have and guide you where you want to be financially and personally. Because no one wins alone. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
Take the roar out of snore. Yet another innovation only at a Sleep Number store.
Well, Wednesday, the SEC ESPN Network gives you an all-access pass to that Aggie football game today against South Carolina. And you'll get never-before-seen footage and sounds. SEC Inside presented by Chick-fil-A. Wednesday, 11 Eastern on the SEC Network. South Carolina put up a game performance today against the Aggies, but Kyler Murray taking over at quarterback. And here is Horton Again, the running back behind Tolles for Kentucky. Play action. Couldn't find a receiver, so he slides to the 40-yard line.
Brent, I think consistency is going to be the key in this game for Tolles. That's been the big question mark throughout his entire career. He can always hit the highlight throw, but it's some of the gimmies that he missed. And earlier we saw a gimme throw to Badette. He missed on a slant. Well, he just hit one a couple moments ago. And when he takes the throws and is able to be accurate on the easier passes, you see this offense has a chance to move down the field.
Horton bangs into the middle, and this will be third down coming up, and they're going to need about 5 yards, it looks like.
So you expect a man-to-man situation here from Tennessee again, liking to be aggressive. Which one of these receivers across the board for Patrick Tolles can win a matchup? Can Patrick Tolles be accurate throwing into a tight window if they throw it?
Johnson is his slot man to the left. Conrad, the H-back, to his right, near the right tackle. Rolls to the right, in trouble, has to throw it away on the run because of the great pressure that time by Reeves-Maybin.
And it was a great job in coverage by Cameron Sutton at cornerback. Kentucky trying to go to the double move with Dorian Baker on an out and up. Cameron Sutton's been a bit hot and cold. Last couple of games he's been beaten by Malcolm Mitchell at Georgia and Calvin Ridley from Alabama. But right here, nice job kind of sitting in the pocket of Baker, nowhere to go.
Going on fourth down. 4th and 5 from that 37-yard line. Backfield emptied out. Tolles needs to move quickly. Can't find an open man. Takes off for the first down. 25-20. Terrific fourth down run.
This is why I said earlier that Patrick Tolles could have a good game running the ball. When defenses play man-to-man coverage, their heads are turned to the quarterback chasing receivers downfield. So look all the way across the screen. White jerseys got their backs turned. There's nobody watching the quarterback. And when opportunities like that present themselves, Patrick Tolles is athletic enough to make them pay.
He runs 21 yards. They're in the red zone at the 16. Horton returns as the running back. Gets the carry, bounces to the right, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Good first down run. And again, Reeves-Maybin with the play.
You don't see that normally from number 4, Mikel Horton. At 6'1", 226 pounds, he's a banger. He's a guy that likes to put his foot in the ground and get north and deliver the punishment. That time, taking a page out of Boom Williams' playbook, bouncing that thing outside and showing you the speed.
Boom is being checked on the sideline for a possible rib injury. So Horton continues as the running back, and he's hit in the backfield for a loss. Terrific play by Vereen again. What a performance the last 2 weeks for number 50.
He's got tremendous quicks off the ball. Look at the top of the screen, 50. Just completely beats Jordan Swindle, the left tackle, inside. Also plays with a great motor. You pair him opposite of Derek Barnett. That's a pretty lethal 1-2 combination at defensive end for Tennessee these last 2 games.
Ball at the 11-yard line. Third down coming up for the Cats. Timeout is called by Butch. The Kentucky sideline was ready for that play, and Jones didn't like what he saw on this third down, and he ran out.
Timeout. Tennessee. They're first. It's 30 seconds.
Well, we get word from down below from Maria Taylor that Boom Williams has put his pads back on. I said they were looking at that rib area a little bit. But let's talk about, what do you think turned this around for the Kentucky offense?
I think it's Patrick Tolles right now. It's all about consistency again. It's when opportunities present themselves downfield in tight coverage and small windows, he's making the throws. It's not always the wow throw, but sometimes it's the gimmies, it's the slants, it's the curls that he's been able to make. You see on this drive, 9 plays, 64 yards. He's made some plays with his legs against man-to-man coverage, and that's going to continue throughout the night. I don't expect Tennessee to soften up and start playing big zone coverages. This game, whether Kentucky can win or lose, I think is going to fall on the shoulders of their quarterback, number 14, Tolles.
Well, here he is with a 3rd down and 5. Horton is his running back. Short drop. There's Conrad. Upended at the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal. The talented freshman tight end from LaGrange, Ohio.
This young true freshman's involvement in the pass game has gone through the roof in the last 4 weeks. He's played well. He's made plays like this, and because of that, it's allowed Shannon Dawson, their offensive coordinator, to dial up his number more often in the passing game. They used to always use him as a run blocker, but now he's really becoming that true dual-threat tight end.
Boom Williams returns. He's a running back for Kentucky. They give him a fullback look. They give a power look here to this offense. Line Conrad up at the tight end position. Let's see if they go to the right. Boom is coming over. He's got it. Can't get to the end zone. Wrestled down at the 2-yard line. The Volunteers were ready for Boom.
Yeah, Reeves Maben, number 21, the linebacker, made a nice play on a tackle, stopping it short. There's so much speed and athleticism at the linebacker level for Tennessee.
Boom sprints to the left. Tripped up, stopped again. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Tolles rode him a long time on that play, and now Boom is back down again. Martin making the stop.
You got to watch this. This would be a big loss for Kentucky because Boom Williams is easily their most explosive running back. He's a home run waiting to happen. Watch this. He's going to get outside, and it's LaDarrell McNeil that makes first contact before Justin Martin's able to wrap him up. It was the ribs that were the issue earlier that we got reported to us.
He gets hit. Watch this right there, up around that right rib area. And he's in pain when he goes down, being tended to at the 2-yard line. So Horton has replaced Williams earlier on this drive. They still have JoJo Kemp, who we have not seen, and King as running backs.
Yeah,
and you can see, I think you can see by that movement, he's in obvious pain.
He's in a lot of pain, and you hate that for him, and you certainly hope he's okay. Mark Stoops does, and anytime a head coach comes onto the field to check out a player in an injury, you know it's something that could be potentially serious, and it's something that obviously the head coach very worried about. He means a lot to this offense. There is no doubt about it. You can see by how quiet this stadium has become. People here in the crowd, they understand what he means to this team as well.
That's not Halloween costume, folks. That's Boom Williams' papa. We've seen that garb before.
We sure have.
And he has to be concerned about his very talented son, who's down here at the 2-yard line.
They've got JoJo Kemp, you mentioned it. They've got Mikael Horton. Saheem King's a true freshman that showed some flashes late in the game against Mississippi State. That's his running style is probably the most similar to Boom Williams in this backfield. So you can see a lot of teammates anxiously, eagerly looking on, hoping Boom Williams gets up and that he's okay.
Many applauding, and you can hear the chant of boom, boom, echoing through Commonwealth. I think they're going to take him right back to the locker room. Not even going to go to the sideline.
Wow, look at that. You can tell you're right, Brent. He is in a lot of pain.
So here we go now. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
This is an area.
And it will be Horton, Jeff.
And one-on-one matchups down here in the goal line. If Dorian Baker at 6'3", 6'4", matched up against Tennessee's best cover corner, Sutton. It's a place that Toles has liked to go in the past.
Using motion, and they give it to Vidette on a fly sweep. Fastest man in the Kentucky team. Reaches, touchdown, got the pylon. The head linesman watching it all the way.
It's a great new added wrinkle in this offense from offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson. We haven't seen a lot of jet sweep type plays. Handoffs to Jeff Vidette. They're going to go back and review this and make sure, in fact, he got in. Check out that football. Touches the pylon. It looks like before that right knee hits the ground or he stepped out of bounds. Call on the field was touchdown. Judging by these angles, I think it's going to stand. Ooh, you
that
know
foot's
what?
out.
No,
it's coming back, folks.
It went first.
It's coming back to the 2-yard line. That's a great job by the safety, Brian Randolph. This will be overturned.
Well, they're going to spot it where the football was when that foot steps out. So where's the ball at that point right there? I don't think it's the 2-yard line. I think it's closer to the 1, closer to the goal line, and that'll be an interesting decision for head coach Mark Stoops.
So that was a third down, correct?
That was a third down,
right? So it'd be fourth down coming up, as he's clearly out of bounds. And Robert Rougeau and Mike Canoe. Robert is our replay official just down the way from us. They'll quickly turn this over and get it spotted. This crew has done a good job moving things along here tonight. Here comes Brad Rogers.
After review, the rolling on the field has been reversed. The runner's foot was out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He stretched the ball to the 1-yard line. It will be fourth down. The clock will start on my line.
Just as you said, Jesse, you were right on top of that. Ball will go to the 1-yard line. And yes, indeed, folks, here comes your fourth and goal. The Wildcats undoubtedly will use a fullback. Collins is going to be, that's the young man alongside Toles. Horton is the running back. So here it is. Fourth down and goal from the 1. Toles a pretty good runner. He's a big fella. He can stretch across the end zone. Touchdown, Toles. I almost called that too quickly. He had it if he had kept going to the angle, and he turned it up. He wanted a little contact. Contact, Toles. Good job by 14.
Talked about him having to take this game over throwing and running, and ultimately at the end, it's him one-on-one with LaDarrell McNeil, number 33, the safety. See that athleticism, 6'4", 230 pounds. That was close at the goal line as well, Brent. See right here, puts the left foot in the ground, cuts up. Looks like his butt touched right as that football was crossing the line.
McGinnis tacks on the extra point. Kentucky regains the lead. Oh, we've had a couple of lead changes here in the first half. Wildcats struck first, then Tennessee with 10 points. And now the Wildcats go up 14-10 as quarterback Toles keeps it himself. So come on, let's play a little football, boys. Oh, yeah. Mark Stoops loves it. But now, Tennessee's turn. Plenty of time in the first half.
The Ables opened a Regions home equity line of credit with an amazing rate, and the signs are everywhere. In the updated kitchen, and the refreshed bathroom, too. Regions' 1.99% introductory rate for 12 months can help you consolidate debt, pay for higher education, or renovate your home. We're here to assist you with quick decisions and helpful advice. As for the Ables, they're still going, with no signs of stopping. Ready to do something amazing? Call 1-888-IN-A-SNAP for credit costs and terms.
Remember when you said men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then how'd I get this?
Allstate Safe Driving Bonus Check.
So weird, right? My agent, Tom, said...
Only Allstate sends you a bonus check for every 6 months you're accident-free.
But I'm a woman. Maybe it's a misprint. Does it look like a misprint?
Okay, let's try.
Silence. Ask an Allstate agent about the Safe Driving Bonus Check. Are you in good hands?
style, home.
Jesse, take a look at our Mercedes-Benz drive.
Best drive of the game by far for Kentucky. There's the wow throw by Tolles, perfect. Another wow throw. This is a gimme throw that also is perfect. Then on a critical fourth down, he's able to scramble against man-to-man coverage for a big gain. Comes back later, everything covered downfield. Just check it down to your tight end. C.J. Conrad gets you inside the 5-yard line. And here you go again. Fourth down, the second fourth down conversion, doing a nice job running into the end zone. And Brent, you know what the best part about that drive was? It took 6 minutes and 15 seconds off the clock. It was 14 plays. We talked about how their defense had already been on the field way too much. That gave them the breath of fresh air they need now to take the field again on this drive and be fully juiced.
Update on the World Series. The Mets have struck for 2 in the bottom of the third inning. They lead Kansas City 2-0. And I got a producer jumping up and down in the truck. Scott Matthews, the number one Mets fan in the SEC.
We just got a massive yay in our headsets right there. A true Mets fan, Scotty Matthews is. He's got his pinstripe t-shirt on underneath that dress shirt he was wearing today.
Pinstripes? Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue.
What do we call that with the Mets? Wow.
Ball's on the deep for McGinnis now. Here we go. Keeping Barry out of it. Driving it through the end zone. And Maria, what are you hearing about injured running back Boom Williams?
Yeah, Britt, well, we saw him going back into the locker room. They're telling me that he's getting an x-ray on his elbow. And I will say that as the offense came off, I heard several players say, we did it for Boom. So they're fueling themselves with the injury to Boom Williams, hoping that he can return. And right now, hoping that that builds and breeds some confidence for this team on the sideline, guys.
Wow, look at that replay again, Maria.
What did Rousey tell you when she flipped you over on Good Morning America? What did she say? How to fall?
She said, keep your chin tucked, and she said, let your body go limp.
And don't put your arm down.
On the ground.
Okay,
that's
here we go. First down and 10 now. Dobbs stays upright, goes for the bomb, and he's got it. And this looks like a touchdown to Josh Malone. 75 yards on the quick strike, and the Volunteers regain the lead.
Just like that. Personally, great job by Josh Malone, tight roping down the sideline here. That's a perfect throw over the outstretched arms of the cornerback Quinn. Right foot down, left foot down. Yeah, he stayed in bounds. Nice job with the tightrope back. What a play. One play explosive. How about Josh Dobbs? Under pressure, under a blitz, in the pocket, getting good movement, throwing the dime.
Medley adds the extra point, and just like that, the Volunteers regain the lead on Mark Stoops and the Wildcats, 17-14. So Joshua Dobbs had to elude trouble, stepped up and let fly, and what a beauty it was. Josh Malone on the other end hauled it in perfectly, and the defensive back Quinn couldn't get him to the ground.
So you say men are superior drivers?
Yeah.
Then how do I get this?
Safe driving bonus check. Every 6 months without an accident, Allstate sends a check. Silence. Are you in good hands?
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yup.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
As of this moment, you are a man without a country and without rights. I understand you've been looking for clues as to your past life.
Oh my God.
away from me.
Have you ever considered that you might not like what you find?
Bastards!
Sir, can you step aside?
Sir? Come on, you know who I am. Progressive Insurance. I save people an average of over $500 when they switch.
Did you pack your own bags?
Oh, right, the Name Your Price tool. It shows people policy options to help fit their budget. Crazy that a big shot like me would pack his own bags, right? So, do I have the right to remain handsome? Wait. Uh-oh.
SEC Network Primetime Football is brought to you by Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
Who knew? Transylvania College is located in Lexington, Kentucky. Established in 1780, the university, and that name comes from Latin. It means across the woods. A good description of this heavily forested area. But guess who was included in the group of pioneers who named it Transylvania? Daniel Boone. How many of you would have gotten that if we'd have made it the Aflac question tonight? You're wondering who the two vice presidents were? John Breckinridge and Richard Johnson. And great coverage. King didn't have a chance. Let's go to the studio and Dory Noka. Dory, what you got planned for halftime, buddy?
Well, Brent, it will be the Regions Bank halftime report. I've got Chris Doering, I've got Booger McFarland. Chris's alma mater, Florida, looks fantastic. A win away from Atlanta. Kyler Murray will show you what he did, take you around the league. How about that Josh Dobbs throw?
Yeah, right on the money. Like that throw there. Kentucky finally got some offense going at the end.
But then no defense.
Exactly.
Big play, though. Close game. This could be a good second half, Brent.
We look forward to that. 5:19 to you fellas. That's the playing time on the clock. Boom Williams with the injury, of course, not expected back for the remainder of this half. If for the game, we'll check on that. So Horton checks in. It'll be a first down from the 10-yard line. And Tolles to throw on the first down. Incomplete. And Baker, Tolles' target that time.
Cam Sutton again right in the pocket of Dorian Baker. He's doing a very good job out to the field one-on-one against Kentucky's most physical receiver. He's holding down his side of the area. Just not big windows for Patrick Tolles to throw into tonight because of the play outside at cornerback.
On second down, here comes Horton. Huge hole and a penalty flag. The umpire threw it right in the middle of that pit area, and you know what that frequently means.
Holding offense, number 72. After distance to the goal, will be second down.
It's the center, John Toth. He's going against Owen Williams right inside here, number 58. These are the two that kind of got in that altercation earlier in the first quarter on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And that's what gave Mikel Horton all of that room to run.
So the ball is back, 5-yard line. Tolles standing near his own goal. Here comes Horton again. Makes the way to the 14-yard line. Offensive line on a couple of plays. I know there was holding on that one. That certainly helped. But they gashed another big hole here in that volunteer defense on that play.
We talked about how they like to rotate. Remember, every 3 series, it's no different than rotating running backs or wide receivers, trying to keep fresh bodies, and right now that's paying off. Question is, can they now protect Tolles here on a critical third down?
He's got 3 wide receivers. Conrad, an H-back, goes out. Drop it in underneath to Horton, the running back, 25-30. Very well called and designed play. First down at the 34. Randolph with the stop, a 19-yard gain.
Hit it right on the head, Brent. It's the perfect play call against the blitz, and Shannon Dawson, the offensive coordinator, will screen you to death. with running backs. He'll throw screens to receivers. He'll even throw them to his tight end, C.J. Conrad. It's a great play call when you're playing an athletic front on defense that can rush the passer and likes to get upfield.
Horton slipped, makes his way to the 35, still picked up a little over a yard on that first down. Randolph again.
You're seeing JoJo Kemp at running back. He now subs in to spell Mikel Horton. And his backfield, these backups for Kentucky, they've got big shoes to fill. Boom Williams out of the game. You see Mikel Horton huffing and puffing. It's tough out there. A lot is expected of these guys. They're going to have to keep their wind, and they're going to have to make some plays.
After the fake, Tolles forced out of the pocket, incomplete. Did a good job of getting over to the sideline and basically throwing it away, and that'll bring up a third down.
Yeah, a lot of pressure up the middle and just nowhere to go with the football. Dorian Baker that time double covered by Tennessee in the back end. You see up top, Blake Bone working a little bit of a curl route, nothing there. But because he got flushed to the right, his only option was Dorian Baker. Cam Sutton staying right in his back pocket on the post.
Four receivers out. Tolles in trouble and sacked at the 31-yard line by Derek Barnett, the sophomore from Nashville.
Derek Barnett has the ability to play with leverage and rush the passer and play the run. Wasn't overly productive first half of the year, but he now has 3 sacks in his last 3 games. Does a great job swatting the hands away of right tackle Kyle Meadows, and that's just too easy.
So we got a timeout here. 4th down and 12, 2:43 to go. Kamara is ready to return the punt for Tennessee. I'm sure he'll be back there. There's Shannon and Coach Stoops. And we got a chance to remind you that next Saturday, SEC Nation live from Oxford. Joe, Paul, Tim, Marcus, Greg, and Kaylee will break down everything from the gridiron to the grill. SEC Nation presented by AT&T. My gang had a great time on Halloween. They were here with us today. Broke out the costumes, all Feinbaum and jockey gear. Unbelievable. 4th down and 12 now. And Kamara is back deep, standing inside the Tennessee 25-yard line. This punt will roll dead to the 26th question. Actually, let's answer. Aflac, the World Series is now in the 4th inning. Mets still lead the Royals 2-0. So which 2 Tennessee quarterbacks went on to play Major League Baseball? That's our Aflac question here tonight. Todd Helton is the one that I got. I think,
yeah, early 90s, right? Early mid-90s.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil, I probably, but I had forgotten Alan Cockrell back in the you were just a mere pup lad. 1st down and 10 now. Here comes Joshua Dobbs, and he was just named the Yankee hitting coach.
There you go.
There's the handoff, and that's Hurd. You know, when we saw Transylvania in the baseball question, got to remind you of it. That's where the old commissioner Happy Chandler went to school. It's Transylvania University.
Right down the street.
Right down the street.
I mean, all these famous people.
Halloween.
It's getting weird.
It is. No vampires. Graduated. 2nd down now. Dobbs fires, and that was Pearson was his target. So moving the chains now as the clock stops.
Kentucky's defense needs a stop. With the exception of that sack, fumble, scoop score, they're getting gashed. They've already given up over 250 yards. Blitzing or not, they got to make a play.
And here comes Hurd to the 40-yard line, and McWilson stops him.
Kentucky received the ball first in this game, so Tennessee would like to wear this clock down, score some points, go into halftime, and then get the ball back first in the 2nd half. This is a big 2-minute situation. for Joshua Dobbs in this offense with one timeout in their back pocket.
Kamara, the running back. And I believe there was a motion over there.
Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
Crowder and stepped in there to center for a little while. Let me check that. He's at the left guard spot. And here comes Kamara, breaks the daylight, 50. He's got speed. They're going to need an angle on him. Out of bounds, just short of the end zone. Down inside the 1-yard line. Kamara, McWilson, and Edwards saved the touchdown. But it's a 63-yard run. It's first and goal from the 1.
Nice job by Kentucky chasing him down. You see it's close. Gets right to the pylon. Looks like that left knee hits first before anything hit that pylon. Another explosive play.
And it is stopped. Kentucky was having trouble getting a man on the field.
The previous play is under further review. The ruling on the field was that the runner was out of bounds, short of the goal line.
Which I thought, the naked eye, was a good call, that he was out of bounds before he reached the pylon. But that probably, well, first of all, it helped Kamara. He was stayed in as a running back, catch his breath. It also helped the Kentucky defense get straightened out here.
And it's his right arm that touches the pylon. So it matters where the football is. And of course, it looked like his left, I thought it was his left knee right there. Where's the football in relationship to the goal line and on the field for the spot? See, McWilson gets to him, Edwards gets to him.
You know, Kamara showed good strength, Jesse, as you saw that. McWilson was trying to hack the ball out from behind.
Good ball security.
Yeah, it really was. And I think clearly that indicates that the call on the field was correct.
I think so too, Brent. The problem right now for Kentucky is, like I said, they're getting gashed. That's 2 explosive plays on the last 2 drives. There's that long touchdown pass to Malone. Now you give up a big run to Kamara.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner was short of the goal line. It'll be first down.
So first down and goal. Everybody catches their breath with that stoppage. And let's see who the Volunteers elect to bring out. It was Kamara starting out. Now they're going to bring Hurd out. So he's going to be the running back.
That makes sense, Brent. 6'4", 240 pounds in a short yardage goal line situation. I think he's the guy you'd want in your backfield. It goes without saying.
The read, and Hurd reaching for it. No signal. Appears to be a little bit short. Be second down and goal. What this sets up, though, is that read option. Dobbs can keep it.
See, good job by Kentucky at the point of attack, just winning. And it really started inside. Defensive tackle and a nose guard getting a stymie.
Dobbs has got it. Walks in for the touchdown.
Just as you said, partner. A lot of misdirection in this run game. The Tennessee Volunteers. There's not a lot of defensive ends, and as athletic as Farrington Huguenin is, number 91, not a lot of guys that can chase down this quarterback when he gets to the perimeter.
Aaron Medley, sophomore from Lewisburg, Tennessee, fine kicker. Hasn't missed an extra point yet this year. And it's a 10-point Volunteer lead. Joshua Dobbs, maybe the best young quarterback we've seen in the SEC. Dak Prescott is certainly the best older quarterback, but this young man is coming on strong.
Cheer up, kid.
Can't believe you missed that kick. We'll never make the playoff now.
Hey, man, you never know what's going to happen. 3 of the 4 teams that made the playoff last year had a loss.
So you think we're still in it?
No, not with that kicker. Your QB's got a noodle arm. Your linebackers are slow, man. But statistically, sure. I mean, why not? Yes.
You're right. We're in it.
I didn't. What?
Woo! Yeah, we're still in it!
Just keep on believing.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process approve and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Here's the play that set up that touchdown by Tennessee. Defenders are taught to read pulling linemen. It takes them to where the football goes. You see the safety was late getting to this play. Watch number 15, McWilson in the back end. He runs the wrong direction. That's why he was late getting over to the sidelines to make a tackle on Kamara. Just too much speed. And right now, Kentucky does not have an answer for when Tennessee's running it or when they're throwing it.
Short kickoff and whistled down where he caught it at the 27-yard line. 40 seconds to go. Remind everybody that tonight at 10:30 on SEC Network. Join our network analysts as they discuss all the SEC news of the day. SEC Now, and that'll be coming up on the SEC ESPN Network. So final seconds here of the first half. Kemp and Horton are both, now they spread out. So with 40 seconds, let's see what Kentucky elects to do. They're down 10. They fire underneath to Baker. And Baker down at the 35-yard line.
You got 3 timeouts, so you got to burn one now. Out in the field like that, you didn't get the first. Kentucky needs points on this drive. Remember, Tennessee getting it back first in the second half.
Kentucky,
you don't want this lead to extend farther than where it's gone. And remember, they've got a kicker in Austin McGinnis that's got a big-time leg. He's just coming off a bit of a groin injury. Was back in the lineup, kicking long field goals, kicking off against Mississippi State. He's a guy that holds the school record, the 54-yard field goal against Tennessee last year.
Let me show you the importance of this game between Kentucky and Tennessee. Now Florida with a stranglehold on the East, all right? Tennessee only 1-3 in the conference. Kentucky just a little bit better at 2-3. You need 6 wins, and as Jesse Palmer told us at the start of this game, we think that if Tennessee comes through in this game, they'll win out and wind up 8-4, which would be good progress, even though they lost heartbreaking losses for this team early in the season. Second down and 2 now. Final seconds. Tolles going to keep it. Step out of bounds with 22 seconds to go as he crossed the marker for the first down. He's trying to get down there and give McGinnis a chance.
Yeah, he's got to get to probably around the 35, 36-yard line in order to do that. Now, with 2 timeouts still, they can throw the ball over the middle of the field. They don't have to be thrown to the sidelines. Problem is right now, Kentucky receivers are having a hard time getting open against the secondary.
Single safety. Knees back on known 45-yard line. Tolles, penalty is down. Penalty flag thrown. Derek Barnett bringing the quarterback to the ground.
They're going to get Barnett for a face mask, Brent. Looks like he grabbed Patrick Tolles.
You know, there's 17 seconds. That's a big 15
Personal
yard.
foul, face mask, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty for the previous try.
Oh, that's huge in this drive to get a field goal. If Tolles can work the sideline here, a couple of tosses, they give, that was clear.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Tennessee was getting good pressure. Of course, it was Barnett that ended up closing out with the sack, but big penalty.
They didn't even get the change set. Tolles left open. They got to burn a timeout right now. They got to get to it.
The pass rush is affecting Patrick Tolles. On that play there, his eyes came down really early.
30 seconds.
I mean, it doesn't matter how many games you play. You get hit a couple times, you get sacked, and you start seeing ghosts. Tennessee right now is stunning guys, and they're twisting guys up front on the defensive line. And Patrick Tolles taking his eyes down from where his receivers are running and potentially missing opportunities. Just kind of watch where he's looking. He's downfield now. And right now, his eyes come down super early and realizes, oh, you know what? I got time. I got time to throw. But Barnett, Vereen, Williams, Vickers, the rest of this defensive line for Tennessee, they've made life difficult. And they're spooking Patrick Towles here on Halloween night.
Johnson, Baker, there are two of the three wideouts, and Blake Bone on the other side. Towles does have a big arm. Needs time from his offensive line.
He needs about 8-9 yards to give a field goal shot.
Looking for it. And that might have been intentional grounding. No, they're going to call it incomplete. There obviously was a running back.
On the field, the ball was an incomplete pass.
And Vereen bringing the heat. What a first half for him.
Yeah, he's been a monster. The inside working on a stunt. He beats the center Toth around. He's able to grab that arm. I don't know where Patrick. Yeah,
that could have been intentional.
I don't know where he was throwing that football to.
Here's your last play of the first half. Now, they want to run over some things with the defense.
Tennessee.
The Tennessee Volunteers.
It's 30 seconds.
Now, one thing you don't want to do, you want to knock the ball down. You don't want to commit a penalty. The half can't end on that penalty down there. You do not want a pass interference penalty here, because that would allow McGinnis, because the clock would stop and you could get your team out there. So you got to remind them now, don't be overly aggressive on this play. Just make sure you keep them in front of you.
There's a lot of reminders to be said, Brent. How many times in college football have we seen Hail Marys completed, especially these past couple of years? It's been wild. So first thing on defense, keep the quarterback in the pocket. Do not let him to scramble out wide. You got to build a fence this way around Patrick Towles. And for the secondary, knock the ball down. Don't try to be a hero and pick it off.
Back by the goal line, there are four Volunteers. Towles big arm, end zone, batted, incomplete. Well, they sent four guys back to the goal line, and they had to defend it back there. Maria Taylor is going to catch up with Coach Stoops. You'll hear that interview during halftime. Again, Tennessee with a 10-point lead over Kentucky. Now let's send it to the studio. Dari Nowkhah, Regions Bank halftime report.
All right, Brent, thank you very much. Hanging out with me here on the Regions Bank halftime report, my All-Americans, Chris Doering and Booger McFarland. We'll get you through the day in the SEC and show you what Doering's alma mater, Florida, did to Georgia. This thing, all the momentum, it was Kentucky's favor for about 30 seconds, and then it just, bang, it just went away, and Tennessee now running away at the end of the first half. It's just a 10-point game, but how do you account for this if you're Kentucky now?
Well, Kentucky has done very little offensively. I mean, 4 first downs on that one touchdown drive that they had tonight, but other than that, 8 on the night, so not doing much. 63 yards passing against the 13th ranked pass defense in the conference. Tennessee gives up 248 yards per game in the air. They got to start trying to make some plays on the outside.
And then when you look at Tennessee, Josh Dobbs, Kamara, those guys are just running the football up and down the field. And Tennessee's defense is pressuring Patrick Towles up inside the middle, creating lanes that he can't throw the football.
Kentucky down 10, 24-14. Head coach of the Wildcats, Mark Stoops, standing by with Maria Taylor.
Coach, we saw Tennessee with 2 back-to-back explosive plays. What did you see from your defense in those final 2 series there on the field?
Yeah, well, we lost a one-on-one battle outside with one of our corners. We need to make the play. And then this last explosive run, we were not in a very good call for that particular play. And we need some secondary contain. Our defensive backs got to get off blocks and get them down.
We saw your leading rusher, Boom Williams, go into the locker room with 6 minutes left to play in the second quarter. What's the update on his status?
He's got an elbow injury. I'm not sure.
If he's unable to go in the second half, what effect does that have on your offense?
It'll have a little effect, but we have a lot of confidence in Michael and JoJo. So those guys will go in there and do a good job.
All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, MT, thank you much. Let's go to Jacksonville, Georgia, and Florida. Winner controls its own way to the SEC title game. Reggie Davis, you remember the Tough drop. I know Tennessee fans do well. Reggie Davis, a tough go here, muffs the punt. Ball goes into the end zone, and Florida's Nick Washington recovers, and it's 6-0.
It's been a bad month for Reggie Davis. That's
yes, it has.
all I can say on him.
Second quarter, 6-zip. Still, that extra point, by the way, was blocked. Treon Harris rolls to his left, throws, and finds Antonio Callaway, the freshman, for 66 yards.
Puts pressure on the defense when he breaks contain, allowing some of those receivers to uncover. Great throw on the run to the left. Callaway with another touchdown.
110-yard receiving day on 3 catches for Callaway, and then Fatone Bauta making his first career start. Hit, throws, picked off, second pick of the day, thrown by Bauta, and that's Vernon Hargraves III. Takes it down inside the 10, and from there, Kelvin Taylor would punch it in. 20-3 now, Gators, and then, more Taylor. Bounce one outside, cuts back inside. Taylor with a big day on the ground, 121 yards and a couple of touches.
Florida came into this game ranked 13th in the conference in rushing. They rushed the football over 150 yards today.
Fatone Bauta, first career start, 4 interceptions, most interceptions by a Georgia player since Quincy Carter in 2000. Jim McElwain, victorious. 1 win from a trip to Atlanta in year number 1.
Well, it's great, especially when the other side started to empty out. I felt pretty good about that, but it was painful at times offensively, but boy, I tell you what, our defense played one heck of a ball game, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Man, those guys are the best defense in the nation. They play hard. They give the offense the ball in short field every time. So I want to give credit to those guys. Antonio Moore, Vernon Hargraves on the island. Those guys are doing a great job out there. And our defensive line, those guys are one of the best in the nation. So I want to give thanks to those guys just for putting us in great field position all the time.
Treon did some really good things. He extended some plays, made some big plays for us. And at the end of the day, he's 2-0 in this game. And that's a credit to him.
You know, in big-time games, big-time players always have to step up. So I felt like I did a great job. My offensive line, those guys did a great job for me today, and I just want to give all the credit to those guys. It was a great team win.
I know this. I'm just happy for all the Gators out there that this game means so much to. And our kids, this game means a ton to. And you know what? Let's enjoy this, and we'll get ready to go play Vanderbilt, who's playing really good on defense now.
So they get what?
If you look at the Florida team last year, they threw 6 passes in the football game.
Yes.
Today, Treon Harris completed 8 passes. The physical nature of the way they ran the football last year came back, and they did the same thing again this year, over 250 yards rushing. Jim McElwain, new coach, same game plan against this Georgia
That's
team.
exactly right. You play very conservatively on defense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do anything to put yourself in a bad situation and wait for Georgia to mess up, which they did. 5 turnovers on the day. Florida came into this football game +9 in the turnover margin, picked up +4 more today. Nice job by that defense. Put pressure on Bauta, took away the run, and really made them nothing on offense, man. Just lame.
With a win against either Vandy or South Carolina, and you've got to like Florida's chances to win at least one of those. They will go to Atlanta in McElwain's first year. Think back to the beginning of the year. What likelihood would you have given that to happen?
I wouldn't have given them much likelihood at all, given the fact that, you had a tough schedule. Ole Miss from the West, LSU from the West. Georgia was thought to be the favorite in the conference there, but Florida's done a nice job of improving from week to week. They rely on their defense and their offense. Again, coming to this football game, they hadn't turned the ball over in 3 consecutive games. They turned it over once today, but that defense continues to put pressure and creates turnovers for the offense.
Jim McElwain should be mentioned for Coach of the Year, not only in this conference, in the country.
No doubt.
Yes.
Absolutely. Agree with that. Big win for Florida, 27-3. So Georgia now 2 games in a row without a touchdown score. South Carolina and Texas A&M. Kyler Murray getting the first start, much like Fatone Bauta. Murray steps in, although Murray wasn't playing a Florida defense, but a South Carolina one. And Murray to Josh Reynolds, 7-zip A&M. And then trying to break a 2-game losing streak, by the way, 21-all. South Carolina played well. Murray, though, keeps that when he threw for 223 and a touchdown, ran for 156 and a touchdown. Perry Orth,
no, Perry, no. Brother, where you going? To the house.
That's right. Yes, he is. That's Donovan Wilson, who takes it 60-6. Orth threw 2 picks. Murray, no picks. And, successful debut as a starting quarterback for the true freshman Kyler Murray and Texas A&M, the 35-28 win over South Carolina.
it's like anything else. It's the freshman what to do and how to do it stage. He's still at the what to do. I think the game slowed down for him today a little bit early. It was more of the same. I think, he guessed a couple times early, and basically the message was, hey, listen, settle down, just read it, all right, and make the proper read and let the game come to you. We're not calling this, or you keep, or you do that. You can handle it, and just make a good decision with the football. And if it's if there's a question at all, let's be safe. Let's not maybe hand it, maybe do this. And so, operationally, I think that was probably I know his numbers were good, but the operation helped, and he did a good job with it.
All right, so how do you judge game number one, start number one?
It was good. I mean, he came out, he ran the football, he threw the football. He made the game plan simple for the offensive coordinator, Jake Spavital. They've struggled this year because they couldn't run the football. Well, anytime you put a dual threat quarterback in the game, he can run the football. He adds to the running game, and it made the offense move. In the previous 38 drives before this game, they had 1 touchdown. Today, 4 with Kyler Murray in the game. He added something to this offense.
Let's don't get carried away now, all right? This is the last ranked defense against the run, tied with the team that was on the other sideline. They give up 200 yards a game on the ground. I know Kyler Murray did well today, 379 yards of total offense. But we saw how A&M rolled against weak defenses. When they played against Alabama and Ole Miss, no production at all there. So I want to see them do this against a much more quality opponent than what they did today.
But for a freshman, making his first start.
Yeah.
You got to admit, he did a good job.
No, he did a good job. He did a good job, but I take this win with a grain of salt,
South Carolina, though, 445 yards of offense most this season. And that came against that Aggie defense.
Yeah.
So you can celebrate Murray, but there are still plenty of questions around College Station. All right, we're not done yet here. Getting you caught up on the day around the Southeastern Conference. Josh Dobbs strip. This is what started the scoring. At that point, it was all good for Big Blue Nation, though it's 24-14 Tennessee at halftime.
This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
There's still time to enter the Allstate It's Good sweepstakes for your chance to win great prizes every week. One lucky fan will win $100,000 a trip to the Allstate Sugar Bowl and then meet Kirk Herbstreit at the 2016 National Championship game.
It's good!
Enter today at allstatecfb.com.
Things could be stranger, but I don't know how. I'm going through changes now. Could spend a lifetime trying to figure it out. I'm going through changes now.
Compare new and used cars and save your search along the way. We'll find your perfect car at your perfect price. Life happens one car search at a time. Auto Trader.
When you win over 1,800 TripAdvisor Certificates of Excellence, U.S. News & World Report Loyalty Awards, and AAA Hotel Partner of the Year 6 times, you do a victory dance.
Stay 2 separate times and get a $25 gift card. Book now at bestwestern.com.
For fast relief from sinus and allergy symptoms without drugs, get Navage.
This time of year, I get so stuffed up, but Navage flushes my sinuses so I can breathe again.
Navage uses gentle suction to remove allergens, germs, and pollutants. It's the only nasal irrigator with suction.
My doctor recommends Navage to breathe better through my nose, and it works. Congestion's gone, and I feel great.
And Navage is so much easier than a neti pot.
To breathe better without drugs and a 30-day risk-free trial, go to Navage.com or call now.
In the Southeastern Conference, you could fill a book with the stories of our athletic success. But our student athletes are doing more than excelling in competition. They're doing things like building homes for those in need and mentoring at-risk children. See, our athletes are doing more than just changing the game. They're changing the world for the better.
Welcome back to the Regions Bank Halftime Report.
Vanderbilt on the road in Houston, coming off their first win in conference play.
That's 3 chains right there.
That's right.
Not 2 chains.
Fans of Nick Jonas, perhaps. I'm not sure. Greg Ward Jr. Did I really just to say that?
Yes.
It's touchdown run. Yes. 7-zip. Ward, a very good passer, a very good runner. Ward to the end zone. Look at that. On the money to DeMarcus Harris. It was 17-zip Cougars quickly. Vanderbilt started Kyle Shermer. Then Johnny McCrary comes out in the second half. Throws a pick to William Jackson III. And Jackson. Look at that. Well.
This is not on the defense, by the way. 3 picks, 1 to the house, 1 to the 5, 1 to the 12, all led to 21 points for Houston.
So you're saying?
Saying the offense stinks.
Yeah. 30, they just got another touchdown, too. 34-zip. Houston right now, late third quarter. We knew this was going to be a test. This is one of 3 really good teams out of the American. All right, Ole Miss taking on Auburn on the Plains. They have not won there since 2003, but Chad Kelly and company trying to change that off of their 23-3 win at against Texas A&M last week. Sean White. So bad thing. Too much time can be a problem, right?
Yeah, a real big problem.
It's like when you're all alone for 3 and nobody comes near you, and eventually you shoot, you usually miss.
Or you study 5 hours for a test and still fail.
I wouldn't know that one at all. Second quarter, White. This is his 5th start of the year. And this is his first touchdown pass. Ricardo Lewis, who had a 4-catch.
137 on the day for Ricardo Lewis.
You like that, huh?
I like it, especially after last week's debacle.
Late second quarter, Ole Miss down 10-3. Akeem Judd with a couple of jukes and a touchdown and a mad-faced Will Muschamp.
Please, tackle.
Please. Fourth quarter. Rebels up just 1. Chad Kelly to Laquan.
Stack him, get on top, drop it in. That's indefensible there. Great play by Chad Kelly with a throw, even better route and catch by Treadwell.
Explain stack again. You just did
press coverage.
Big body.
Get on top of the corner. Okay. Leave some room for the quarterback to drop it in.
27-19, another huge day for the class of the SEC at the wide receiver position. 7 catches, 114, and a touchdown. I said it before you could, Bo, because I know you think he's the best receiver on the top.
Absolutely. Playing his best ball right now, too.
Indeed. Josh Dobbs, big night on the ground. Another touchdown run, 24-14, Tennessee.
Over your lifetime, you've taken hundreds of thousands of steps, lifted countless times your body weight, not always with your knees, and overworked your muscles and joints repeatedly. Life hurts. Find relief with Tommy Copper, the original copper and zinc-infused compression wear. Tommy Copper uses 4-directional compression to aid circulation, muscle recovery, and naturally reduce the causes of everyday muscle stiffness and soreness. Our Copper's Energy fabric provides amazing comfort and odor protection, all day, every day. 2 out of 3 customers found relief, support, and comfort. Call or go online now to explore our full line of compression sleeves and apparel that relieve life's little paybacks, wherever you feel them, or your money back. Life hurts. Feel better. Call or shop TommyCopper.com today.
Let's hide in the attic.
No, in the basement. Why can't we just get in the running car?
Are you crazy? Let's hide behind the chainsaws.
Smart. Yeah, okay.
If you're in a horror movie, you make poor decisions. That's what you do.
Shh, I'm being quiet. Breathing on me.
If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
What I love most about teaching is a chance to interact with young people who are open to new ideas, who are hungry for new information.
Words can change lives. They can make people feel. They can make people act. I have grown in so many ways here at the University of Kentucky. I have shared a classroom with so many brilliant people here.
If you have the power to write, if you have the power to create art, the power to invent anything that's transformative, why wouldn't you?
ESPN College Football. Stream every game live at home or on the go. Simply download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com. All right, Chris Booger, Arkansas stepping well out of conference play to face Tennessee Martin.
Well out of conference play.
Right. Homecoming, Alex Collins felt awfully good. Early first, no score. 2-yard touchdown. 7-zip Razorbacks. Second quarter, same score. Pitch to Collins. 14-zip Razorbacks. You guys know what he needed after this game?
Yes,
a nice long bath.
An ice bath.
Touchdown, 21-zip. There's an inside joke there. I'm not even going to share. I should. 28-7, and then Collins again. 4 touchdowns in the first half. The 4 in a game was a career high. 35-14 Razorbacks. More of the same. Alex Collins, Redlocks flying behind. Remember he had the foot issue, right? And the new shoes.
Yeah.
Magic shoes.
Seems to be fine. 63-28. All right, second half coming up from Lexington. It's a 24-14 lead for Tennessee. They've won 29 out of 30 in the series. Kentucky needs a quick start, half number 2. We'll see you for a full SEC Now after.
This halftime report is presented by Regions Bank, proud to be the official bank of the SEC.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
The University of Tennessee is a place where minds meet and exchange ideas. Peyton Manning's comprehension skills are widely known. Professor George Farr studies materials down to 1/billionth of a meter. He's advanced everything from microcircuitry to cancer research. The exchange of ideas isn't always predictable.
Blue 58, Omaha.
But at Tennessee, it's all about the possibilities.
Omaha?
Really?
As of this moment, you are a man without a country and without rights. I understand you've been looking for clues as to your past life.
Oh my God.
Please.
Stay away from me.
Have you ever considered that you might not like what you find?
Bastards!
Introducing Ancestry DNA, a simple, affordable DNA test that lets you travel up to 1,000 years into the past and discover not just who, but where you came from. All to help answer, once and for all, what it is that makes you, you. To learn your ethnic origins, order your DNA kit now at AncestryDNA.com.
You're watching Dr. Pepper Road to the Championship.
Tennessee leading Kentucky by 10, 24-14. Moments ago, Maria Taylor caught up with volunteer coach Butch Jones.
Coach, we saw the longest passing and run play that you've had all season in the first half. What did you see from your offense?
Well, we need those big explosive plays, and we're going to need them in moving forward. They're playing a lot of man coverage, so we have a lot of one-on-one matchups.
Well, we know the theme for your team is always finishing strong. What did you tell your team in the locker room about completing the second half?
Exactly that. We have to have great focus, and it's 0-0 and come out. We get the ball the second half. We just have to keep playing and rely on our training.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
All right, Maria, here we go. McGinnis with the ball on the tee. Kentucky will kick it away, and McGinnis' strong leg has kept Evan Berry from showing what he can do at the return end as the Volunteers open up the second half with that football. And it is away we go, and again, Berry can only watch as it sails out of the end zone. And you know, just we should point out that Maria just sent up word after checking with Stoops. Boom Williams is out for the remainder of the game, not going to play.
Yeah, that's bad news for Kentucky. And right now, watching that first half, I think it's been a tale of two defenses. Tennessee's been lights out. You know, they only gave up one touchdown. It came on one drive. Kentucky's other score was a defensive score. Tennessee's been great getting pressure on Patrick Tolles. They've stopped the run. For Kentucky, they're getting gashed, and it's because they're giving up those explosive plays. You heard Butch Jones just tell Maria Taylor they gave up 3 big plays. There was a long Dobbs run, a long Dobbs pass to Pearson, then a long run by Kamara. Kentucky has to limit the long plays.
False start.
Offense.
So it's
number
a negative start
5-yard penalty
for Tennessee. First and 15. Kyler Kirbyson guilty over there. Hurd into the middle. Strong run to the 29-yard line.
And so there's an adjustment already by Kentucky on defense and their staff. They've taken out Cody Quinn, the field corner. They gave up the long touchdown pass to Josh Malone, replaced him with a true freshman in Derek Beatty. That means Kentucky right now has 3 freshman defensive backs on the field. Both of their corners are true freshmen. Let's see if Joshua Dobbs decides to try and test these guys.
2nd and 5, and he does right now. And a diving catch by Pearson. So it's a first down on the opening drive. Remember, they had a 1st and 15. 2 plays later, they got a 1st and 10.
One of the biggest issues with Kentucky's defense has been in the secondary. Not coming away with enough interceptions, not doing a good job tackling. We've seen an example of some of that bad tackling in the secondary tonight. Can these young players give this defense the spark that they need?
And it's Hurd bursting into that second level. An 11-yard run on first down, and Tennessee moving the ball to start the second half.
And Jalen Hurd at 240 pounds just gave freshman safety Mike Edwards an introduction and a welcome to SEC football. As a safety, Edwards loves coming up and supporting the run. You want to do that against big backs like Hurd. It's not always easy.
There's that jet sweep, bringing it off the edge. Kamara had lined up outside, and they brought the running back through.
It's such a balanced running attack, and whether they're handing it off to Hurd or Kamara conventionally, or it's Josh Dobbs running, or you get Kamara at wide receiver and bring him in a jet sweep motion. Just so many different ways this Tennessee rushing attack can hurt you.
Hurd slips a defender, but then he's surrounded after a short gain. Flanagan getting there. Got help from his friends. 3rd down.
Jason Hatcher subbing on now for the Kentucky Wildcats. He missed their game against Mississippi State with an ankle injury. He's lined up against the left tackle, Kyler Kirbyson. They have had no pass rush all year, only 12 sacks coming in tonight. They need to get him going after the quarterback, and that's what it looks like he's doing here.
Dobbs steps away from trouble. Takes it downfield and out of bounds for a first down. Very good awareness by number 11 that time.
I think you're wasting Jason Hatcher's ability and talent by not rushing him if you're this Kentucky staff. Look at number 6 over here. Just going to drop him in coverage. That's not what he does. He's on your defense to get after the quarterback. You can't waste him like that in this game.
Kamara. Short gain. Denzel Ware, who was shaken up a little bit in the first half, got him out of bounds.
And I understand this defense has had a hard time replacing the production of Bud Dupree, who's after the NFL as a first-round pick, and Za'Darius Smith, but you can't blitz every single play if you're Kentucky to get home. Let number 6 put his hand in the ground. Let him do what he does best and get after an athletic quarterback in Dobbs.
Coming right back with the running play, Kamara. Short gain that time. They're down to the Kentucky 37-yard line, and here's your 3rd down. Hurd checks back in. sets the screen. Hurd, 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tennessee. A brilliant run, 37 yards after the catch. And Joshua Dobbs showed great patience in setting that screen.
It was the perfect play call against the blitz, executed to perfection. And what did we just say? This secondary all year long has struggled tackling. And there were a lot of missed tackles on Jalen Hurd in the back end of that defense. It's just been that kind of year for Kentucky on that side of the ball.
And Medley tacks on another extra point. So here comes the drop off. And watch Hurd. Brilliant. 3 touchdowns for Tennessee on their last 3 possessions.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yep.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Pick up right this way.
I ordered this online?
Yeah, let me have a look.
Thanks. Hey, guys. Hey, Bobby! Nice, right? Yeah.
Buy now, online, or through our mobile app and pick up in store.
Happy birthday, honey!
Because every day is an opportunity to make your day better. Walmart.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry.
Ben, please. Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
I grew up in Compton, California. My father, he was actually in the gangs and stuff, and he was on drugs a lot when we were young, but he made sure that we didn't make the same mistakes that he made. Seeing my mom struggle when he was in prison and then seeing all the things that my father went through, I just knew that I wanted something better for my life. I'm one of the first people in my family to graduate from college. Did something that nobody thought that I'd do, not even myself. You know, I just want to help someone else do it and help change someone else's life.
Jalen Hurd, Hendersonville, Tennessee. A fine run after the catch, Jesse.
Yeah, Mike DeBoer, the offensive coordinator, loves dialing up running back screens. But I want you to watch the center here, Coleman Thomas. He's going to be patient, set up a block. He's going to drift out to the left, and watch him get 2 blocks here. He gets 2 guys, 1, 2. That's Spencer Hurd. Now, awful tackling. Randolph, 1. Edwards, number 27, 2. Chris Westry, 3. That is embarrassing if you're Kentucky on defense. It's not touch football. Tackling has to get better in the second. They need to be way more physical right now than they've been. And you mentioned it a moment ago, 3 touchdowns on their last 3 drives. Tennessee, unstoppable, but Kentucky not doing themselves any favors either.
Meanwhile, Houston rolling over Vanderbilt, 17-0, unbeaten Houston against an SEC team. King will take a knee in the end zone. And we remind you that on Wednesday, the SEC ESPN Network gives you that all-access pass to Aggie football for their victory against South Carolina today. You had never before seen footage and sounds pregame to postgame. SEC Inside presented by Chick-fil-A, Wednesday, 11 Eastern on the SEC ESPN Network. And I'm sure they'll discuss the change to Kyler Murray as their quarterback. Kyle Allen, they showed some plays today in the Alabama game. He was beat up, folks. That's one of the reasons why his production really dropped off. Andre Ware did a good job of showing us that footage during that SEC game earlier today. 31-14, now play action. Tolles incomplete, and let's make it 2nd down and 10. One-sided, folks, very one-sided.
And plays like that don't help. I mean, that was another drop by Garrett Johnson. I know that throw was into traffic and it was contested and it wasn't easy. But that got through the defenders and that hit number 9 right in the hand. He's normally very, very sure-handed. Drops hurt him against the Bulldogs last game. It's hurting them again tonight.
Second down and 10, and come with Horton on the running play, and he breaks to daylight for a first down.
They're down 17 points, and it's not at a point yet on offense where you have to throw at every play. And it's still going to be important that Kentucky has balance, mix in the run, try and slow down this pass rush of Tennessee.
Sets the screen, interception. And a save by Tolles as Kirkland, the freshman, picked him off on the screen pass, and the Volunteers are in business again.
True freshman Darren Kirkland read Patrick Tolles' mail. He had a great jump on this ball. He's right in the middle of the field. He's going to watch all the linemen in front of him set up screen, watch him attack downhill, jumps right in front of the running back to pick that play off. This is a true freshman. That's a high-level football IQ play. And another costly mistake by Kentucky. Butch Jones loves it.
He knows this could be the start of a strong finish for the Volunteers. Dobbs on the handoff to Hurd. Touchdown. Hurd scores 2 touchdowns in succession. And the Volunteers beginning to pull away in Lexington. And there's a penalty flag down.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 35 of Kentucky. That's his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game.
Denzel Ware.
The enforcement will be on the kickoff.
Just look at the push. Tennessee's offensive line gets off here on the right side. I mean, they are moving black jerseys backwards. That's a tough deal to stop when you got a 240-pound running back running downhill.
One of them, Chance Hall, number 76, is a freshman from Roanoke, Virginia, 6'4", 318. He's got a future for the Volunteers. Mark Stoops and the Wildcats are in trouble. 38-14. Smokies love it.
AT&T presents the strongest of the strong.
Gentlemen, today's feat of strength, who has the strongest profile pic?
That's me, climbing Kilimanjaro.
Strong.
That's me finishing my 3rd triathlon.
Very strong.
That's me.
I took it at the mall. Who's strong enough to watch the college football playoff with Bo? Get stronger with AT&T, the network with the nation's strongest 4G LTE signal.
Hey, Chip, how'd the discount double check work for you?
Great. Just wish I had double checked those throwback uniforms, though. Cannot believe I found your size.
Look at that, huh?
You liked them, though, right?
No, I didn't.
It pays to double check. Save big with State Farm.
What could be more rewarding than working on your car? Actually getting credit for it. With AutoZone Rewards, spend $20 5 times and get a $20 reward. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there. Sign up in-store or online.
Introducing Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tough. But also tender.
Thank you.
Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough. Flame grilled to be tender.
Each of us has a need to create a place in this world. A place we can call our own. A place where we can find the strength and comfort to build our dreams. Franklin American Mortgage. It all begins with home.
SEC Network Primetime Football is brought to you by AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Well, Jesse, we had a great time with the SEC. Paul Feinbaum and the Soaks, that was too much. And then those pumpkins. And look at this. All destructive. And look at the imitators of Mr. Feinbaum are saying, you did that. You did what to our pumpkin? And Jesse, I know you guys have got this game Thursday night at Missouri. And SEC Nation's going to be live from Thoreau Field in Columbia. By the way, Jesse, who is Missouri playing next Thursday?
Playing Mississippi State.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Following those guys.
Dak Prescott, who last week lit up Kentucky, and now it's Joshua Dobbs. And, you know, Butch Jones coached at Cincinnati, and he became a buddy of ours. Jeff Ruby owns all those steakhouses. The team stayed in Cincinnati last night at a hotel. Guess what? Jeff Ruby delivered himself steak and potatoes to Butch Jones. How about that?
That's a good steak, too, by the way.
Oh, yes, it is.
Never had a Jeff Ruby steak. It's good to be king in Cincinnati.
Yes,
and
indeed.
certainly Butch Jones was once upon a time.
He's rolling now, 38-14. And let's see what Tolles and the Wildcats can come up with. They've lost their top running back for the night. Boom Williams is out. Threw a bad interception in the last series. And they'll come back now with Horton, who runs to daylight. Out to the 43-yard line. Randolph with the stop. Now, come on, lads. Don't give up the running game. Let's pound a little bit.
Really impressive with the vision and the patience that time by Horton, allowing the blocks to set up in front of him. That's okay. I know it's 24 points. Not time to abandon the running game just yet.
Three wide. And the tight end, Conrad, is off to Tolles' right. Here they come again.
Tennessee just makes it tough on you, don't they? It's because they outnumber you at the line of scrimmage. They've got massive confidence in their cornerbacks, Cameron Sutton, Justin Martin, and Emmanuel Mosley, to dial up one-on-one. So they put 7 guys in the box. Kentucky only has 6 guys to block them. They want to see if your running back can make their guys miss. Doing it again here.
Second down, they swing it to the outside, and they've got a big-time first down with Dorian Baker that time. Tackled by McNeil, Jeff.
Yeah, we talked about the offensive coordinator Dawson dialing up screens in all different shapes and sizes. Dorian Baker, he's been their best receiver on the receiving ends of these. 6'3" and almost 210 pounds. He's a strong, big, physical runner to bring down.
Play action. Garrett Johnson headed for the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky. 39 yards. The Wildcats strike back.
Phenomenal job answering by the Kentucky Wildcats. And that's what you want to see if you're Mark Stoops, the head coach. Patrick Tolles in this offense continuing to fight. And that was another seed, an absolute bullet, and an accurate throw on an in-breaking route coming from the left. These are the throws Tolles has struggled a lot on this year. Not that time.
McGinnis tacks on the extra point. As you watch this, a linebacker appeared to be coming a little bit late on this. They couldn't get to Tolles, and he hit Johnson beautifully, and he did the rest. 38-21. Don't hit that dial just yet.
It's not just a donation.
It's a warm blanket.
It's a bottle of clean water.
It's a roof and a bed.
It's knowing someone cares.
It's feeling safe.
It's a today that's better than yesterday.
Every dollar you can spare helps so much more than you can imagine. Please donate now to Red Cross Disaster Relief. Your help is urgently needed.
Now, a toned waist and six-pack abs can be yours.
with the Perfect Fitness Ab Carver Pro, the #1 core and abdominal trainer.
I lost 29 pounds using the Ab Carver Pro. I lost almost 5 inches off my abs.
I lost 6 inches from my waist.
Invented by the U.S. Navy SEAL who brought you the perfect push-up. We took the old ab wheel and reinvented it. We made the wheel almost 10 times wider and more stable. We added ergonomic contoured grips. And we put a carbon steel spring inside. It coils up as you extend and then pushes you back to shred the muscles of your core and abs. You'll carve the upper, middle, and lower abs, plus your chest and arms. It's an arms and abs workout more effective than a bent knee crunch.
This right here did this.
How many 50-year-olds look like this? Ab Carver Pro, baby.
The waistline shrinking Ab Carver Pro is only $39.99. Order now. We'll include a set of Perfect Fitness knee pads free. If you want a ripped stomach, call or order at abcarverpro.com.
Look, the youngsters of our great crew here. Their children out back home trick-or-treating. You may recognize some of these gremlins and their costumes. I think youngsters enjoy Halloween almost as much as Christmas, as in almost.
That includes me, too. I mean, if you want to count me as a youngster, Halloween to me is my favorite. If you call it a holiday, celebration, whatever you want to call it, of the year. I love it.
You know what's amazing when we hit Halloween? How quickly it collapses into Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. Yeah. I think we're 99 days away from the Super Bowl. Somebody check me on that and see if I'm right. Super Bowl 50.
Where's the season going? You and I were just in Missoula, Montana yesterday. Calling the FCS Kickoff Classic.
Here we go now. Evan Berry saying, come on, just give me one chance. One chance is all I want. Line drive, I'm coming out. From the 10, 15, daylight, breaks free, 30, 40, 45. Can he do it again? Number 3 in sight. Hello, end zone. 100+ yards for Berry, the 3rd time this year. And you know what, folks? That's why you don't kick to him. He is a weapon.
Tennessee leads the nation. You see a kickoff return average, and that's the reason why right there. Evan Berry. I think there were some teammates of his that when he caught this in the end zone, I don't know if they were sure if he was going to come out, but Brent, you knew it right away.
Oh yeah, man, I saw him. I said, he was disgusted when the last one was driven out of the end zone. I want a piece of this, okay? So, folks, the Volunteers are ringing the cash register. They've had a touchdown on their last 5 possessions, and that includes this return, Jess.
Well, it was blocking set up to the left side. Berry did a good job running straight ahead at first and then bending out and finding his blocks. And Austin McGinnis was in no man's land as a kicker, trying to tackle Eric Berry's younger brother. He's got tremendous straight line speed. 3rd kickoff return score of the year.
Teammates mob him. And back on September 19th, Western Carolina versus Tennessee. Here comes Evan Berry. He gets this party started. Busts 3 tackles, breaks free. 88-yard kickoff return. Now October 3rd, Arkansas, Tennessee. Takes the opener back. 96 yards. And just moments ago, you saw him complete that trip for the thing. You know, Jess, his brother was an unbelievable star safety at Tennessee. And now, of course, is a stalwart with the Kansas City Chiefs. And a young man who's battled some health issues. And I hope he's watching and got to see his brother do that, because we want to wish him so much luck with the Chiefs bouncing back, playing safety. And I know Evan would like to be as good a safety as his brother is, but it's a wonderful story with the Chiefs. And that's King catching the ball in the end zone. But Evan, great job. I mean, the family tree for this family is unbelievable. James, the father, and there's the young man that I referred to with Kansas City. And that's Eric, and he's one of the best.
Well, I'll tell you what, Brent. Eric Berry was an All-American safety here at Tennessee. I think his brother, Evan Berry, just locked it up to become an All-American kick returner.
Exactly.
You get 3 back in a year, you can go ahead and dial that in. He'll be an All-American this year after that.
Horton is the running back. I think after this play, Jesse, we're going to go to Dari. I want to get an update on that Vanderbilt-Houston game. Houston had jumped all over. From the pocket, flush, backside pressure, incomplete second down. Dari, what's going on with Vandy and Houston?
All right, Brent, it is an SEC right now, brought to you by State Farm. Vandy and Houston is all over. Unfortunately for Vanderbilt, they never got started. 34-0 the score. First time Houston beats an SEC team since they beat Mississippi State in 2009, guys.
Coach Herman is a candidate for Coach of the Year. Offensive coordinator with Urban Meyer. Dialed up a national championship with 3 different quarterbacks in one season. And now Houston is undefeated. An outstanding coaching job. And Horton pounds for the first down.
That American Conference is top-loaded. When you look at Houston, you got undefeated Memphis with their head coach Justin Fuente. That's another big candidate.
Justin Fuente's going to make a lot of money.
Yeah, he is. And then you got Matt Rule over there at Temple. They got the big game tonight against Notre Dame. They're undefeated as well as of right now.
Here's Horton again. He breaks free again. 40 to the 35-yard line, but there's a penalty flag coming down. Since we referred to these teams like Ohio State.
Going to get a hold, I think, on Blake Bone at wide receiver down the field.
And Houston, that's a 30-yard run. Was Horton going to take himself out? Yeah, here comes JoJo Kemp. And Tuesday night on ESPN, we'll see the first rankings as we head toward that Final Four in college football. It's going to be interesting to see how teams like Houston, Memphis, in particular, those two rank.
Number 6, a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay first down.
I want to include Toledo in that mix.
Yep, you should.
I'm not going to mention Temple until we get a final score on Notre Dame.
Correction. The line the game was made. It will be a 1st and 10.
Go back and take a look at this again. Blake Bone just at the top up here. Just working one-on-one. A lot of jersey. Working on Justin Martin at cornerback. Tell you what, Kentucky right now on the offensive line is doing a nice job surging and running the football into these loaded boxes.
JoJo Kemp is the running back behind that line right now this time. And not much doing on that as Vereen makes another stop. In the World Series, it's 3-2 Mets. Bottom of the 6th inning.
You've been calling Corey Vereen's name a lot tonight.
I have, Jeff.
And I think announcers have the last 2 weeks. Big-time game against Alabama. Big game again tonight. And he's taken over for injured Kurt Maggitt, who's really the emotional leader of this defense. Led them in sacks a year ago. He's got a hip injury. So Vereen's getting more time. The way he's playing these last 2 games, boy, oh boy, is this D-line tough to stop.
Kentucky empties out the backfield for Tolles. Flushed out of the pocket to the right. Another penalty flag is thrown as Tolles takes it out of bounds, but there's a penalty flag back near the line of scrimmage. In fact, there's a couple of flags down there.
Yeah, well, right tackle Kyle Meadows is, I think, going to be one of the culprits.
Offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
We talked about Corey Vereen, and you can't block him, so try to tackle him. It's going to be just out here. Gets beat, no, so you just got to go inside. If it's not Vereen you're tackling, tackle Owen Williams. Man, they are quick, they are agile, they are athletic. Even with 4 guys getting pressure, they're all over Patrick Tolles.
Boom Williams has returned, taking his uniform off because of the assorted injuries that he suffered here tonight. It'll be 2nd down and 18. Couldn't find an open receiver. Now throws it away. And it'll be 3rd down. There was pressure coming that time from Kirkland, another name I've mentioned already.
Yeah, it's everything tonight. There really hasn't been a weakness on Tennessee's defense. Pass rush, check. Linebacker play, causing turnovers, check. Cornerbacks, one-on-one coverage. Nowhere for Patrick Towles to go. It's been one of those nights for Kentucky's offense, just playing against Tennessee defense that just seems to be a step ahead in every direction.
3 receivers off to the left. The secondary softens up. And to midfield, incomplete. Johnson couldn't hang on, and the Cats are forced to punt.
It's another drop, and it's been that kind of night also for Juice Johnson. That's his 3rd drop on the game. Of course, he had the long touchdown we just saw in the last drive. Just nothing going the way of the Kentucky Wildcats on offense tonight.
So Sutton will be back deep. Landon Foster. Tennessee sets the return. Sutton slips the first cover man, breaks free. Midfield, a kickoff, and now a punt return for a touchdown. Holy Toledo. 84 yards on that by Sutton, the defensive back.
It's the 2nd time now this year Tennessee has had a kick return and a punt return touchdown in the same game. They did it early in the year. It's Western Carolina. And Alvin Kamara says, hey, or Sutton says, hey, Evan Berry, whatever you can do, I can do better.
Ridley tacks on the extra point. And they have put up a half 100 here. They've returned a kickoff for a touchdown, and now a punt for a touchdown.
Limits, where do they come from? More importantly, who decided we need them? You think we created Altra just so runners could stay relaxed and comfortable while running? Not even close. At Altra, we don't believe in limits, or telling runners they can't, or it's not possible. That's why we dared to make shoes with a foot-shaped toe box and gave runners zero-drop technology so that runners could say goodbye to limits too and run with freedom. Altra invites you to experience the difference everyone's talking about with zero risk. Love your run or send them back within 30 days, no questions asked. Get your pair today at ultrarunning.com. Altra, zero limits.
Folks are filing out as we celebrate the 11th year for the Good Hands Field Goal Nets. Allstate makes contributions to participating university general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. And since 2005, Allstate has donated millions in scholarship funds. And here's a stat that Wildcat fans are not going to like. For the 6th straight time that Kentucky has touched the football, they have scored touchdowns. And that includes a kickoff and a punt return. 28 points here in the 3rd quarter. As we look ahead now, the Volunteers take dead aim at an 8-win season. They will be the favorite the rest of the way. South Carolina and North Texas, obviously in Knoxville. At Columbia, November 21st. And then home to close out the regular season on the 28th against Vanderbilt. They definitely will be the favorite. They played very well against Alabama. Couldn't close the deal. Great game against Georgia. Upset them. The Bulldogs haven't been the same since. 2 heartbreak losses to Arkansas and, of course, the Gators. Folks, next year, Tennessee and Florida will battle for supremacy of the East. You heard it here first. Drop the pass off to the inside. And good gain for a first down to Dorian Baker.
Well, I think the impressive thing about Butch Jones's team is how they continue to fight and remain positive. I think it would have been so easy, Brent, the way they lost their 4 games this year, especially losing to Alabama that way, for a team to just go in the tank, and that hasn't been the case tonight. They've come out firing on all cylinders, flying around. They believe in themselves.
Here is Horton. And unfortunately, Jess, on the other side of the coin, we hate to see this happen. We like all these fellas, coaches, players, everybody. It's beginning to resemble a year ago for the Wildcats.
I think that's going to be the challenge for Mark Stoops and his coaching staff, is to make sure that they keep believing as well. You see, last year, started the year 5-1 before going 0-6, and all of a sudden in that locker room on the sideline, players start to wonder, oh man, are we doing this again? Are we snowballing? Are we going to miss out on our bowl game? What direction is this program going? This coaching staff and the leaders in that locker room have to keep the picture positive for Kentucky.
2nd down and 7, play action, Tolles. Ball jarred loose. Is that a fumble? They call it incomplete. That was Johnson, and he was drilled by Emmanuel Mosley. I mean, Mosley unloaded on him.
Of course, what you always think about, worry about when you see the flag at that point is targeting. And obviously you worry about the health, the well-being of Juice Johnson. Still on the ground.
This, of course, is why they toughened up the targeting rules to protect fellows, but we're not going to say that was targeting until we hear what the call was. I didn't see the replay.
It's good news to see Johnson up so quick, walking over to the sidelines.
Personal foul, targeting number 12 of the defense. That previous play is under review.
Well, if a defender at any point hits a player with the crown of his helmet, it's targeting. If there's a defenseless player,
that's a sure now.
That makes, and you
I'm
make
not
contact
convinced
to the head or neck
Jess.
area, Brent. Yeah, I mean, well, see, to me right here, number 9, Johnson's not defenseless. He's had a chance to protect himself. He now has the ball. He's taken a couple steps.
That's
where is the forcible contact made? I don't think he's a defenseless opponent.
As a matter of fact, if you want to know what I think, I thought it was a completion and a fumble.
I thought the forcible contact was made to the chest area using the shoulder. He definitely doesn't hit him with his helmet or the crown of his helmet.
No, it's his shoulder.
And Juice Johnson's not defenseless, in my opinion, in this situation. He's got his head turned, even though it's a little bit late. I think the forcible contact was more in the chest. He jars the ball loose. I don't think that's targeting.
Now, of course, you know the rule. If it's upheld, he misses the rest of this game and then the first half of the next one. So the fellas upstairs. And again, the reason why they do confirm a lot of these, and I get it, is to protect the players. It was
After
a
review,
jarring
the
hit.
on the field is confirmed. Number 12 is disqualified for targeting. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Now the Tennessee crowd not going to like that call.
Butch Jones certainly doesn't like it, and I don't blame him.
Yeah, I honestly did not. I've seen much worse. Wants an explanation on it over there on the sideline. He said, I saw it. That's BS. I looked at it on the big board.
Well, when do you define a runner? How long is a runner defenseless?
I honestly thought he caught the pass.
Football. Yeah, I do too. Because, you know, you always talk about making a football move. Well, he got his head turned around. He took about 3 steps.
I think it would have certainly in the NFL been ruled a reception. Okay?
I mean, if he had jumped in the air and caught the ball and hadn't landed yet, I could see that. Disagree.
On the draw play, and JoJo Kemp. And another penalty flag. And just let's take one more look at this.
All right. Well, he makes the catch.
Number 75.
Now,
10-yard
1,
penalty.
2, 3. on his way to his third. It's a huge hit. There's no doubt about that. And it happens really, really quickly. But I actually think Emmanuel Moseley, as a defender, took the necessary steps. He got his head out of the way and led with his shoulder. To my opinion, not into the neck or head area. It was right into his shoulder pads.
So it's first down and 20. This is Horton who's back on the field, and he muscles into Tennessee territory. Reeves-Maybin with the stop.
I think a big part of this game right now, 52-21, if you're Mark Stoops, you just want to see if your team continues to battle. You're going to take any positive you can away from this and move forward. You mentioned it before, Brent. They still need 2 wins to become bowl eligible. And at this point of the season, that's the goal. Do it for the first time since 2010. But you want to see your guys fight. You don't want to see them quit.
Tolles rolling to the right. And Badet with a first down. And of course he must leave the playing field, and he'll miss the first half of the Volunteers' next game. First down and 10 for the Wildcats. Going deep to the end zone, Badet dives, no. Good coverage by Sutton. The young man who returned that punt for a touchdown. Cameron Sutton, he's a junior from Jonesboro, Georgia.
He's an all-conference caliber player when he's playing his best football, no doubt about it. Hasn't always been able to do that this year, but tonight.
Offense, number 74 and number 4. It's a 15-yard penalty, first down.
He's been fantastic.
Now as a chop block has been called on Kentucky, so even if he'd have caught it, it wasn't going to count.
Yeah, that was called against Cole Mosier, their left tackle, and their running back, Michael Horton. High-low combination, very dangerous play. Another penalty for Kentucky. Just watch right side of your screen, right tackle and the running back, or right guard and the running back, sorry.
So it becomes a first and 25 from the Volunteer 49-yard line. Here's Horton. You know, Horton has run well here. Todd Kelly with the stop.
One thing that's interesting to watch is Tennessee on the defensive line as this game goes on. They have the ability to be dominant. You saw that against Alabama. For the most part, you've seen it tonight. But because of the injuries we talked about earlier, they have very little depth. A lot of these starters have had to play 80-plus snaps some of these games. They tend to wither away late in games. Now, that's not going to be an issue tonight. You don't expect them to stay in the game if they keep this lead. But moving forward, this D-line obviously a huge key on defense.
Second and 17, Tolles is sacked. Brought down at the 44 by Derek Barnett.
Derek Barnett having himself a monster night as well. And he's working against the right tackle, Asafo Ajayi. The right side of the screen. C.J. Conrad, the tight end, doesn't stay in to help block, so it's one-on-one. And Patrick Tolles, he's been under duress all game long. This defense can stay rested, get off the field. Man, this pass rush right now, I mean, it is ruthless.
Alexander Montgomery, one of the receivers lined up for Kentucky now on this 3rd and 20. Tolles got a man. Incomplete. The safety was breaking over on that pass, too. Baker was the intended target on that.
I don't think Dorian Baker even saw the football. And he was looking back at Tolles. Ball was thrown behind him, and he didn't react to it. There he is at the top. He's kind of running this boundary route here down the sidelines. He looks back. Watch this.
He didn't see it.
He doesn't know where the ball is. It goes right by his head.
He might have caught it.
Yeah, it was a good throw.
Good throw.
Back shoulder. Receivers again just haven't done Patrick Towles a lot of favors tonight.
Well, Sutton's back again to return a punt. They'll let this one go out of bounds. Back-to-back returns. Why not kick it out? He'll be spotted at the 19-yard line. And we talked a lot about Kentucky. And take a look at this schedule. They've lost 2 in a row behind here. Now they make back-to-back road trips to Georgia and Vanderbilt before coming home to Charlotte and Louisville. And if the Louisville game, well, Georgia's struggling. There's no doubt about that. Got quarterback issues down there. They can't score touchdowns anymore. They've lost Nick Chubb. They got a chance on the road to be competitive next week, but that is not a gimme schedule for the Wildcats. Trust me.
I think a lot of fans look at that and say, well, you know, Vandy and Charlotte, what about those games? But, you know, I'll go back and say this. The emotional and mental and psychological state of this football team after this game, after another great start to this season, they've been banged up a little bit now with injuries. They lost their starting nose guard. Melvin Lewis, Boom Williams goes down in this game. You don't know how long he's going to be out for. Mark Stoops and his coaching staff and the leaders in the locker room have to keep the spirits high. They have to keep the focus going forward and block out the negativity because it's about to rain down on this team after tonight.
Butch Jones and the Tennessee Volunteers sprint to the other end of the field for the final quarter. Don't let up, he said. Don't let up.
54? 54?
Right here, dude.
Here's your Call of Duty Ultimate Care Package.
Nice package.
Thanks. Oh.
55?
The Ultimate Care Package. A Tex-Mex Bacon Thick Burger and chance to win Call of Duty Black Ops 3 prizes like an epic in-game weapon camo at Hardee's.
At Regions Bank, we're here to help you move your life forward. But managing money correctly can be tough, especially for college students. That's why we sometimes bring in some extra help.
Young lady, you are way too smart to hit that order button. $750 on a dress that'll be out of style by next week? And what? You might wear it 2, 3 times tops?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, I probably am right.
Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Introducing Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tough. But also tender.
Thank you.
Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
With all you have to do, sometimes you need a helpful reminder or a word of encouragement from the people you love. At Belk, we're helping to fit early detection into your busy schedule. Make your mammogram appointment today at belk.com/pink.
Hey, you got this party hopping. Plasma blender. What you powering all this with?
Honda. EU 2000. Lightweight, reliable, super quiet. Can't beat them. What about you?
Grandpa. You've been going strong for 82 years. I gotta go.
Nothing powers your party like a Honda. Honda generators. Very smart.
Time now for our tough and tender moment, brought to you by Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Butch Jones is featured. This is the tough guy on the sideline, ranting and raving. Come on, man. But then there's the other side. Mr. Field Judge, Just take a look at that replay board. That way, guys, that way. Keep it rolling now. We got 100 on these rascals. Come on now, good job. Good job. And that is your tough and tender moment on this Halloween night when the color orange is bringing the Volunteers nothing but good luck. And as I look around this stadium, I'm tempted to say I see more orange right now than I see blue across the way.
Yeah, I think you do. Have you ever listened to his voice post-game on press conference? Or the day after that? I don't think anybody yells as much during a game as Bush Jones.
Look at this.
Yeah, this has turned into a smaller version of Neyland Stadium.
Knoxville North. Here we go. Jarred loose and picked off. Big turnover. The Wildcats are in business.
Wow. What a play.
Henderson.
By Khalid Henderson. How did he catch this? This is a crazy ricochet on an errant throw from Joshua Dobbs. Watch this. He's trying to throw it in the slot. Throws high and away. A.J. Stamps breaks it up, gets popped up in the air. And how about the reflexes by Khalid Henderson? Scoop this in. Nice job by Stamps. It was intended originally for Jonathan Johnson. We talked about wanting to see this team continue to fight. There's a very good example of that right there. That's good news. I know you're down 31 points in the fourth quarter. That's a good sign for Mark Stoops.
3 receivers off to the left. Tolles gonna keep it. Penalty flags come flying.
I think they may have got a hold against Zach West, against Khalid McKenzie.
Offense, number 75. 10-yard penalty, remains first down.
Yeah, it was right inside. It was the left guard, Zach West, working against the true freshman, Khalil McKenzie. Here's the matchup right here. Watch this as he sets up. He's blocking. He's kind of got his arm around him, and as he starts driving him back, two fistful of jerseys, you're assuming. This might be the better look right here. He's definitely holding on to the jersey with the left arm. Sometimes when defensive linemen start putting their hands out wide like that, trying to show the referee something.
Ball's brought back to the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 20 for the Cats. Horton behind the middle, and he gets 5 of it back.
We talked about Kentucky having to continue to fight. Tennessee needs to close the game out. Butch Jones always talks about elevating your play, something they haven't been able to do late in games against Oklahoma, Florida, Arkansas, and Alabama. A little bit of a different scenario here with a massive lead, but you want your players to continue playing at a high level here late while the starters are still in.
Second down. And steps away from trouble. Fires near side, complete. And Dorian Baker over there on the sideline. Tolles did a great job of escaping trouble that time.
He sure did. Vereen again. Corey Vereen was screaming in from the backside, but Dorian Baker in a one-on-one situation making a play. This is a 50-50 ball with Cam Sutton, who's been balling out all over his back. Nice job high-pointing the football for Dorian Baker.
And another injured player down on the field, Aso Adjei, who has played most of the night at that right tackle spot.
And he's a big part of their rotation. Remember, we talked about in Kentucky on the offensive line, every 3 series, they rotate guys in and out. And George Asapo Adjei is a guy that they love. A young, true freshman. He's the first freshman offensive lineman that Mark Stoops has not redshirted. He's extremely strong, and it looks like right now, checking out one of his knees.
Meanwhile, it'll bring up a 3rd down and 8 for the Cats after the turnover. So here's your 3rd down. Three receivers to the left. Tolles looks in that direction. Fires underneath to Timmons, his first catch of the night. Just short of first down and another penalty flag.
They cannot block Tennessee. They just can't. This offensive line is getting abused.
Holding offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty, third down.
That's who checked in.
So it's
because of the injury, Meadows.
Yeah, and it's Derek Barnett, it's Corey Vereen. Now it's LaTroy Lewis, number 4 at the top of the screen, working against Meadows. And no shot. Gets spun around, grabs him with the hand. A lot of fundamentals will be going on this week in practice, I guarantee you that. And I guarantee this offense for Kentucky is going to be working on its pass protection.
They have 289 total yards. Tennessee 413. And Tennessee tacked on 2 big returns for touchdowns, a kickoff and a punt. Tolles rolls to the left. Timmons again. And that's short of the first down, but it is near the 20-yard line.
Well, we've seen Juice Johnson struggling in the slot with some drops, so they're giving Ryan Timmons some run to see what he can do. In the last 2 plays, he's made plays. Another outstanding throw by Tolles. Looks like he has one of those feet down when he makes that catch. You know, Timmons is a guy that has phenomenal ability. Hasn't gotten a lot of playing time this year, though, because he's been beat out in practice and in camp. He's making the most of his opportunities right now.
Fourth down and 5. Hidazi released it. Diving catch by Timmons, short of the first down. Needed to reach the 15-yard line. Kentucky, after the interception, turns it over on downs. We'll take a break. Tennessee 52, Kentucky 21, and we will be right back.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yep.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Northwestern Mutual knows that life calls for a plan for the I-dos and the I-did-its, the wishes and the we're expectings. Northwestern Mutual has always been there for you by listening to what matters most in your life, helping you create and follow a financial plan, and encouraging you each day to do the little things that add up over time, turning your biggest goals into your biggest achievements. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
What could be more rewarding than working on your car? Actually getting credit for it. With AutoZone Rewards, spend $20 5 times and get a $20 reward. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there. Sign up in-store or online. Alicia was on a mission to energize her car. AutoZone matched her with a tough Duralast battery, and Alicia felt more energized. It's called The Zone, and we'll help get you there.
What do you got to offer us today?
Balance transfer, that's my game. Bank you never heard of, that's my name.
Thank you. Next.
Watch me make your interest rate disappear.
There's gotta be a better way to find the right card.
Whatever kind you're searching for, creditcards.com lets you compare hundreds of cards to find the one that's right for you. Just search, compare, and apply at creditcards.com.
A 1, a 2, a 3% cash back.
And there hasn't been this kind of field in Knoxville in a long, long time. Oklahoma upsets what looked like a sure win for Tennessee.
This is a really good football team that has had some misfortunes at the end of games.
If you want to have a chance, you better show up today and you better compete.
Tennessee comes up and knocks off the Bulldogs.
I believe in Tennessee, but does Tennessee believe in themselves?
You know, if you're a Tennessee Volunteers fan, you might wonder whether or not your team, after losing 4 games by a total of 17 points, would be willing to give up. And that's exactly the opposite of what Tennessee did with those close losses. I spoke with Josh Dobbs, and he said that something like that can tear a team apart, but he found that it bonded them even closer together. Running back Alvin Kamara saying that they always went back and picked out what was positive, and the offense was always putting the team in a position to actually win. Jalen Reeves-Maben, the linebacker and now leader of the defense, he said they never pointed fingers, which I thought was very, very deep when you're talking about a team that's struggling to find wins, guys.
John Kelly gets his first call of the game. The freshman from Detroit just checked in. Wears number 4, and it will be second down and long after he gave up a couple of yards.
And it's a great point, Maria, because Butch Jones has this team believing in themselves. A lot of the players said that they believed they could beat Alabama last week. 2 years ago, do you think anybody in that locker room thought they were going into Tuscaloosa with the belief of winning? No, they were trying not to get embarrassed on national television, but not this year's team. It's just impressive with the way that Butch Jones, the mindset that he's instilled in his team. Still a lot of young players on the field, but they know they're good.
Kelly again. And that'll bring up 3rd and long. Jess, you mentioned Tuscaloosa. Pretty good one coming up next Saturday night, lad. LSU, the Tigers, roll in to take on the Crimson Tide. Both of those teams are going to be ranked high when those first rankings come out. The important rankings by the committee on Tuesday night.
And how about that matchup of running back and Heisman frontrunner Leonard Fournette against that front 7 for Alabama.
And Derrick Henry against that LSU defense. Got a Heisman Trophy battle going on with those 2 studs. And there's Kelly. And Tennessee will punt it away as we check in now on the SEC schedule next Saturday. Vandy will go into Florida. The Gators will be heavily favored. Kentucky takes it on the road to Georgia. Arkansas goes to Ole Miss. That's going to be a good football game.
And everybody's talking, Brent, about this game, obviously. Don't take your eyes off of this team right here. Ole Miss still controls their own destiny in the SEC West. Yeah, and everyone's not talking about them because they lost to Memphis and they got smacked by Florida. But with one conference loss, they've already beaten Bama. They get LSU at home. Watch out for the Rebels.
Timmons. He feels it on the 44 in a foot race, and he is brought down right about where he caught it. Evan Berry, who returned a kickoff for a touchdown, got downfield and made the tackle. Your brother would be proud of you, young man.
Someone's sandbagging.
I'd be tired too. He paid my claim in 1 day when I got hurt.
1 day? Serious hustle.
Serious duck.
In just 1 day, we process, approve, and pay. 1 day pay, only from Aflac.
Wanna get my car, step on the gas, head on down the road and have me a blast. Keep on rocking, keep on rocking. I'm gonna keep on rocking, rocking on down the road. Yeah, keep on rocking, keep on rocking. I'm gonna keep on rocking, rocking on down the road.
As of this moment, you are a man without a country and without rights. I understand you've been looking for clues as to your past life.
Oh my God.
Please.
Stay away from me.
Have you ever considered that you might not like what you find?
You need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
LendingTree, the place to shop for money.
I wanna
if you can recognize these folks in their Halloween garb. Oh my goodness. Look who's trick-or-treating. Oh, Mr. T. And Mr. Tebow. Somebody came to me at a restaurant last night and said, I think there's a guy out there dressed up as Tim Tebow. I said, get out of here. So I went out there. He was indeed trick-or-treating as JoJo Kemp gets the first carry. Of course, it was a big weekend here with American Pharoah winning the Classic. And there's your Rascals. And next Saturday, they go to Oxford, Mississippi, okay? Joe and the gang will break down everything from the gridiron to the grill. Mr. Marcus Spears, he's the grill man. Or maybe he just eats what's coming off the grill. I don't know.
He can cook.
He a good cook?
He's a big-time cook.
He wants to come hunting in Montana. Kemp for the first down. Now, we go over to the West, and here's the contenders, LSU, Alabama, and Ole Miss. There's not an easy schedule in the group, okay? Those three teams have got to play every Saturday if they expect to win the West. Ole Miss has just told you they hold the upper hand if they can win out. Wouldn't the committee have fun if they win the SEC and Alabama winds up with one loss, okay? Glad I'm not on the committee. First down. Running play by Kemp to the
Tell you,
35.
another team that we saw in those schedules remaining that people have kind of forgotten about, we just saw, Mississippi State. They can play spoiler. They still got to play Alabama and Ole Miss at home. Dak Prescott arguably just had the best game of his career last week against Kentucky. That's a team to kind of watch out for, too. A couple of early losses. A lot of people have forgotten about him, but some dangerous roadblocks ahead in that SEC West. There's no doubt about it.
Second down and 8. Tolles overthrew the receiver, T.V. Williams from McKinney, Texas.
Yeah, I just haven't had an opportunity all game tonight to hit a lot of shots deep down the field. The pass rush from Tennessee has been legit. This time, T.V. Williams on a double move on an out and up got open. Nice job selling it. The corner bites. Just couldn't connect. But T.V. Williams, another guy, hasn't gotten a lot of snaps with the starters on offense this year. All these backups now looking for these opportunities late in games, trying to get some more PT.
Third down and 8. And Maria sends up word that the backup quarterback for the Volunteers, Quentin Dormady, is starting to loosen up. On the slant. Fumble! Tennessee recovers it inside the 10-yard line. Blake Bone couldn't hang on. That is some trick or treat. Max Arnold. He delivered the trick.
Is it possible for a rich, thick lotion to be non-greasy? Yep.
New Gold Bond Men's Intensive Therapy gives extra dry skin intensive moisturizers and skin strengthening proteins. Skin feels good.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Introducing Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Tough. But also tender.
Thank you.
Ballpark Flame Grilled Jerky. Dried to be tough, flame grilled to be tender.
When you win over 1,800 TripAdvisor Certificates of Excellence, U.S. News and World Report Loyalty Awards, and AAA Hotel Partner of the Year 6 times, you do a victory dance.
Stay 2 separate times and get a $25 gift card. Book now at bestwestern.com.
going to take a look at tonight's A&T strong performance. There was no doubt about it. Special teams. First, it was Evan Berry, Jesse, on this brilliant kickoff return.
Tremendous job breaking a tackle, using his speed and getting outside. It's his third kickoff return score of the year.
And then it was Sutton with an 88-yard punt return. Our A&T Strong Performance Award goes to the special teams of Tennessee. And Dormady, a freshman from Texas, is in the game, so Joshua Dobbs' work night is over. He was 16 of 26, 233, 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 2 more, so Dobbs with a big night. And the handoff is to John Kelly. A couple of freshmen just working in the backfield. What do you know about these fellas?
Well, I know this. I know that Butch Jones has done an unbelievable job recruiting. He's brought in 2 top 5 recruiting classes in his last 2 years. He's probably still one more away from having the ideal depth this team is going to need to compete for an SEC championship. There aren't a lot of big-time talents inside the state of Tennessee. So Butch Jones and Tennessee, they've got to go national. They've got one of the biggest recruiting budgets in the country. They've hit on some home runs here in recent years. It's probably one of the best things Butch Jones has done since arriving in Knoxville. He's been unbelievable on the recruiting trail.
Dormady hands it off to Kelly again, who breaks free into the open all the way to the 40-yard line before Stamps brings down the young man from Detroit's Oak Park High School.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, if you're going to win an SEC championship, Brent, you believe it's next year, and I think next year is their best chance to do it too. You've got to be able to go 2, 3, 4 deep at certain key positions. The running back's one of those. This year, they've gotten a lot of production out of Hurd and Kamara, but moving down the road,
22 yards, Jess.
Develop these young freshman talents. They can stay healthy. Next year could be the year.
I got a place where they might want to go and look for a linebacker. I'd be glad to go down to New Zealand and check some of those rugby players. I note there's a big time as Kelly goes again. Looks like he's got a future to the 45. And by the way, speaking of rugby in New Zealand, congratulations to the All Blacks and the followers of that great team. They won the World Cup, defeated Australia earlier today. That's back-to-back World Cups for New Zealand, and the first time they've done it off their own soil.
Wow.
You know, I went down there to Auckland.
Did you really?
Checked them out.
I feel like that World Cup has been going on for like 3 months. Japan beat somebody like you gave me an article back in like August.
Yeah.
Or like early September.
I say, here's for your homework.
There you go. Yeah, big upset, Japan. Just keep your eye on Japan.
Yeah, they did. Japan had a big upset. Wow. Joe Young. So now we've got another freshman running back. That's Joe Young, who's checked in. Big hole in the middle. He gets a strong run out there. And of course, Hurd and Kamara are both sophomores. Kelly and Young are both freshmen. So you talk about building some depth there. Remarkable.
And Brent, next year, Joshua Dobbs will be a senior. They're only going to lose 1 starter on the offense. They're going to get a lot of guys back on D. Next year is the year. I picked them. A lot of people picked them to win the East this year, of course, not anticipating all of the injuries that they would have. But next year, I think, going to line up. If they stay healthy, that can be the magical season for Tennessee.
Come to the running play. You know, my information guru, Michael Allen, has set up word that everybody has got to see the highlight shows after these games tonight. There's an unbelievable play at the end of the Miami-Duke game. Miami wins the football game, and he says it's shades of the Stanford band play. I can't wait to see that.
He said it was shades of that mixed in with the Music City Miracle from the Tennessee Titans when they beat the Buffalo Bills in the NFL playoff. Multiple laterals on the final play of the game, one that went all the way across the field as time expired. Apparently play of the year candidate, maybe an ESPY.
Seems like we have one every week.
It sure does.
Georgia Tech's return of the blocked field goal. Michigan State's return of the botched punt.
Owusu's catch, Stanford.
Yes,
yeah,
Owusu
UCLA
makes the catch. So now we've got a 4th candidate. And of course, right after we're finished, SEC now Our boys will have all those highlights. You'll be able to see how Miami won a game. Their first performance since Al Golden was fired. And so you don't want to miss the gang right after our football game from Lexington. John Kelly back. Tripped up for a loss that time by Edwards. Edwards has a good future for the Cats, Jess.
Yeah, and he needs more playing time. And ultimately, it's a young secondary. They're going to take their bumps and bruises. They're playing a lot of freshmen right now, but number 27, he's a guy that I think needs to stay on the field from this point out. This is a team that's going to make a bowl game. They need to keep this young freshman playing.
By the time we finish this game, it might be the day after Halloween.
I've had an amazing week. I had a triple OT game on the West Coast between Oregon and Arizona State. A game that kicked off at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, then made that easy flight out here to Lexington.
Yeah, I know you were tired because you didn't show up at Keeneland with me yesterday.
No, I didn't. Missed all the action, all the juice.
Oh, mercy. Jess, who do you like in that Alabama LSU Donnybrook next Saturday night?
You know, I'm going to go with Alabama right now. I think playing at home, the way Jacob Coker's played the last couple of weeks, the way that defense and how physical they are in the interior, and the way their secondary is played, I'm going to say today, I'm going to take Alabama at home. But it's going to be close like it always is.
Beware the hat.
No doubt. Yeah. Tell you what, Brandon Harris has played well at quarterback.
Brandon's
too
done
for them,
very well. Much improved.
That's going to be a great game.
Yeah, it is. It'll be a wonderful football game. That's next Saturday night. I'll tell the boys in the SEC to make sure I get a monitor so we can stay up to date. Here comes Kelly on a good cutback for Tennessee. Good-looking freshman running back.
He's making a strong case for himself to get some more carries here as they finish up against teams like Missouri, South Carolina, North Texas, and Vanderbilt. Very impressive, the young talent Tennessee has, and Mark Stoops. Back to the drawing board, got to get ready to go.
Kansas City has jumped ahead of the Mets in the 8th inning, 5-3. Kansas City leading 2-1. 52-21, and the score in game 4 is 5-3. And Butch says, call it off. Let's run it out. He and Mark Stoops, good buddies. No, Butch, after that Arkansas loss, he called a team meeting on Sunday up at Knoxville. He brought all his players in, sat them down, and he said, we are a good football team. I want you to remember this. We're a very good football team. I don't want anybody to get down. We're going to keep fighting. We're going to keep plugging. And it has paid off. And here tonight on the road, they win 52-21. Let's go to Maria with Butch now.
Coach, we saw your team score on special teams twice. We saw you create turnovers and your offense flow all game long. What was impressive for you in this game?
Well, we talked about all week long that we needed to really play a game of complementary football. All three phases really complement each other, and we were able to do that tonight.
What do you think about Josh Dobbs? 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing, and the way that he led your offense today?
Well, he continues to get better and better, and just so proud of him because they work so hard. All of our players work so hard. Now we're going to enjoy this and then get ready for a great challenge next week.
You know, you said you called a team meeting on a Sunday, which you rarely do after the Arkansas matchup, reminding them that they're a great football team. What did you see about resilience in this team today?
It was defined. You know, this was a lot. We've had a lot. We've been through a lot, and we just keep working, and we have great leadership and great character on this football team.
And what would you like to build on moving forward as you look for the remainder of the season in this team?
Well, our goal remains intact to continue to get better as a football team and a football program each and every day, and we're on course of doing that.
All right, thanks for your time, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Maria, thank you very much. We're going to take a break, and I want the fellas in the studio to get that Miami play ready. 8 total laterals, I'm told. And here it was all Tennessee, 52-21. We'll be right back.